One. And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome.
Howdy,
I've
folks.
got Steve on full screen. There we go. I can see everyone now. Hey, I hear myself. Steve, what's going on?
I had another window open.
Did you? Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, no worries. Happy Wednesday, everyone. It is April the 16th. It is episode 8 of our build series that Steve would have been 4 episodes, and here we are. So let's see who's all here today. We got wait, it's not Steve, not Ethan is what I mean to say. This is not Ethan today. I screwed that.
Oh yes.
It's not Ethan.
Not Ethan.
Oh man. Let's see who's all here. We got GPs, RS, PF, Aiken, Tuxedo, Larry. I was born on a Friday. Alan, Bill's in the house. Angel, Kaida and Delmar, Stewart's here. Dr. Lair, I like your name a lot. Salty, how you doing? Lord Gitface, Delmar with the 3 years. We've officially hit 3 years. No way. All right, let's get some sound effects. Hadougan, cheers, all the sound effects. Thank you so much for the 3 years, Delmar. That is absolutely incredible. You became a member on the first month and you have not left yet. So thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate it. Let's see, Jerry's here. Hey, Tom's here. Pie-eyed, how you doing, buddy? Noel, Dex, Clownhammer. I hope everyone is doing awesome. So yeah, before we get into things, I did want to take a moment to give a final thank you to everyone that made this possible. As far as the hardware providers, PCBWay provided all the CNC parts, which was incredible. Steve for his master drawing skills to provide to them, but they did a great job taking those drawings and making usable parts for us. To Phaetus for providing the hot ends, and to LDO for providing motors for both of us, the bed and extruder for me, and then Mello as well for Steve. I think had a few parts for Mello. So thank you to everyone. As well as I want to take a moment here to make sure we thank Squirrel Brain for this awesome project that he created, this 3/4 scale v-minion.
2/3. 2/3 scale.
2/3 scale v-minion. Yeah, just thank you very much for creating this project, because if it wasn't for you, Steve and I would not be here building this. So it's been a ton of fun, a lot of lessons learned, and yeah, just major thank you to you for this awesome project. So now I'm going to get in the passenger seat and let Steve drive for a little bit. He's got some fun stuff to kind of go over with everyone.
Things.
So let me give you full. There you go, man. It's all you.
So I'm wearing I'm not Ethan today. The registration for exhibitors has opened for Orange County Maker Faire, which is, I think it's September 14th or 15th or right around there, in Orange County, California. I will be there in some capacity. I will have a booth there for sure. So if anybody wants to stop by there or register for a exhibitor booth, then that is out there. If you search for Orange County Maker Faire, I'm not really prepared with a link here. I just thought it would be, since I saw them advertising that things were open, that it'd be a good thing to get going. The other thing I did is we did a little post on my YouTube channel asking how much does this thing weigh. So this is your last chance in chat to make your guesses on how much a TicTac weighs. So
I'll give everyone like a
solid
minute.
I know on the post who was closest, and I will end up pinning that post.
We're doing kilograms.
Yeah, kilograms is fine.
Or pounds, I guess we can convert.
Yeah, we're gonna go in grams on my scale here. So we're not gonna spend a ton of time on this because we need to get through. We need to get some printing going. So let me turn this on, and hopefully the angle will allow us to see it when it tears. There we go.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we do have a couple. Someone came in almost like right on, spot on. But this thing is a tank. Fortunately, it fits right on here. There we go.
5,049 kilograms.
5.05 kilograms. Now, I don't think that's good enough. I think we need to know in another unit how much this weighs. This is inspired by one of the posts on YouTube chat. So, milligram scale. And I have a container. Let's turn this on. Let's get we have
so cute.
0. The Cheez-It. Cheez-It says it's 1.4, but we can't just go by one Cheez-It. We need many Cheez-Its. So I have 10 Cheez-Its. Let's see how much 10 Cheez-Its weighs.
Uh-oh. That bowl is pretty much the exact bowl we have here. That is my dedicated Cheez-It bowl that I've been using for the last couple. Yeah, I swear to you. Like every night at 11 or 12, I get hungry and like Cheez-Its always sound good, so I fill that to the brim with Cheez-Its.
So let's say it's 11.5 grams for 10 Cheez-Its.
Oh no.
No, Cheez-Its are for you.
Dude, your cat's got good taste in
Now,
snacks.
Angel, I really am disappointed that I didn't go and grab a pack of TicTacs. So yes, but Cheez-Its was very funny as well. So what do we have? 11.5, 5,050. Let's see. Let's bring up a calculator because that's what I need. If someone wants to do the math here, how many Cheez-Its? That would be 4,370, I think, Jean-Paul. 4,370. So we're at 1.15 grams each. So 5,050 divided by 1.15, 4,391 Cheez-Its to a thick tack.
Yum. That's awesome. Suddenly I'm hungry, and this time it wasn't me that brought food into the party. It was Steve that showed up with his bowl of Cheez-Its. Converted Steve.
For the person who was asking what camera, this is a Sony a6400. It is the first camera. Well, yeah, technically the first camera that I got for streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got a real camera beyond the GoPro and webcam stuff I was using before. So
now Aaron wanted to ask if he wants snacks today. Yeah. So I'll go through a quick update of sort of
you can
few
take
things.
The camera back if you want.
So I have done absolutely nothing to the TicTac since we saw each other on Sunday. Steve had mentioned to me that because when we were going through the ED&G stuff, the offset for the recommendation of the eddy current, I think was it 5 to 6 millimeters, and what I have is 3 millimeters. Yeah, so
that's what I modeled to begin with. So
yeah, so I'm hoping for the best. But Steve did. I did print out the other variant. I just didn't have a chance to swap it. But Steve actually swapped out, so we'll see. I'm hoping mine works. But the other thing is, if we remember, when it came to input shaping, we've got a Mellow Fly SHT v3 on here, which does have a accelerometer, but we had to figure out something for the bed. Well, Steve did figure out a solution using a standard like little accelerometer chip that we kind of all were used to using prior to there being dedicated boards for them. I also did not get a chance to install and do all the wiring stuff. I just was slammed this week with video things. So Steve is the one that's basically doing input shaping, and I'm probably just going to copy values. We're going to try to see if we can run X on mine, but if that doesn't work, I'm just basically going to pull whatever Steve uses, since our TicTacs, hopefully we built them close to each other as far as specs go. And I know it's not ideal, but I mean, that's what Prusa's printers use, and quite a few others that ship with input shaping enabled but don't have Clipper or something like that, where you can run it actively from your machine. So Steve, do you want to take over again and kind of share where you're at with that, or do we want to start with ED&G stuff? What are your thoughts?
Let's do this real quick.
Yeah, sure.
And then we'll get into ED&G, and then we'll do the actual input shaper calibration. So the challenge of where to put an accelerometer on the bed for this, I realized that there were already 2 screws here, and they do nothing but strengthen this part. So there were 2 flathead screws that went through the side of this part that seemed like a good spot to use for this mount. So I just basically made a piece to go into that void, use some long enough screws, and then thread this in and tighten it down. For the Pi side, I had to solder 6 wires to the GPIO port on the Pi, and then I have just hanging out back here. This can tuck out of the way a little more, so it's not hanging all the time. But this does go to a harness that I'd already made for other printers, so this is way longer than I need. But much of this I'd already done and made, so it made it fairly easy to deal with. But we might as well plug this in. So that'll go in there, and then Felix is playing with terminals. And then this plugs in with the ground to the side here, just right there, and that's it. There is some setup that's explained in the Clipper documentation on how to set up the Pi to read the accelerometer. That's all set up. I've done that ahead of stream, so we didn't have to take the time to do it live. So, yeah. So, like I said, may not be the exact perfect spot, but this is a very rigid assembly. It is a thick aluminum plate bolted directly with Loctite to
it's got heat inserts too. Like, you're not threading into plastic, if I remember correctly. There's heat inserts that those screws are going into.
Well, these screws are just threading into plastic. The mount are going into heat sets on the other side of there. This isn't moving. This whole thing isn't moving. It's okay. Now, I did a run, a input shaper test, just to make sure everything's working. The results are weird. I'm not really good at interpreting and going through results, so I'm going to need to show those to someone who knows. Send them over to Reth or something, see if he's willing to take a look at them. But it is what it is. It's working. We'll go from there.
Do you want to show the graphs or not yet?
We'll do it live, because the graphs I did are not necessarily in the exact position, because we're not homing Z yet. So I just put it at a spot for Z. Okay.
So we want to now move into NG stuff for the homing?
So let's go on to NG stuff, yeah.
Okay, cool. I will take this and let's see. So where is desktop?
Right here we can see from this view. Sorry, my bad. From this view, the board is 2 millimeters higher than on yours. Yep. I'm not using heat sets to hold the board anymore. This is the old one, was using heat sets. There's not enough room for heat sets, so I made it thread into plastic. I could have put heat sets there, but I think I would have created a whistle. Oh yeah. There's a good chance I would have created a whistle when the park fan was on. Nice. And so I just threaded very short. Those are only 4 millimeter button head screws directly into plastic, and it'll be fine. So now you can take it back. I think we're done there.
Sounds good. So these are the instructions for the homing calibration. It says start by homing X and Y. So I am going to lift my gantry up a little bit with my hand, and then in the web interface, I'm going to click
where are we?
Home X.
Start by homing X and Y. Yep.
Yep. So homing X, homing Y, and then it says to heat the bed. It's weird. I get errors. Yeah, I get the same parsing error. Oh no, you can see that is me. Do you get these errors when you're unable to parse move G1?
I'll have to look. Okay. I pasted a link to the Eddy&G instructions we're following. Tuxedo, a whistle. What would end up happening is we'd have a hole pointing in the path of the air going through those ducts, and air going across a hole there could very well create a whistle. I don't know that it would, but I didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, let me know if you're getting these errors, these unable to parse. I mean, it did home fine. I'm not exactly sure why it's throwing errors.
Load up. Hold the printer up a little bit. And X. Unable to parse move G1X. Yeah, that must be something in the default config. I'm getting the same thing.
Okay.
Let's look at it.
Okay.
Let's go in the config.
You think it'd be down? Do we have a homing?
It's got to be
override?
in the homing override or
Okay.
whatever. So let's go see what is going
Oh,
on.
here it is.
Is there a tab issue? There's very possibly a tab issue.
It looks fine to me. If home all X not in parameters and Y not in parameters, Z not in parameters. If home all are X in parameters, home.
Oh,
X.
look, G1X, and then there's a pound sign there. Go down to
Nice.
G code macro home X.
G code macro.
G code macro home X. It's about line. Well, your lines are going to be different. It's around line 330 for me. 345 is the exact line. Scroll down.
Yep.
You see the pound 10?
Pound.
Yes. That is extra in there. That's a typo from
So
the
delete
mellow
the pound
docs.
sign.
Yep.
Okay.
That's just going to move and the same thing is down on Y.
Got it. Okay, let me restart it. Nice. Thank you so much for the gift of memberships, man. Cheers. Let me go here. I think I've got probably some memberships I can gift as well. Let me do that really quick. Membership gifting. I do 5 as well. Thank you, nice. Hey, Reth's here.
We were talking about input shaper a bit earlier, Reth. You'll see the graphs when we do it. When I do it on mine.
Yeah.
We'll see what you think. It's not pretty. I'll just give you the warning. But anyway, let's first get the Z, because we need Z to home before we print.
Yep, that appeared
We
to
need
work
Z.
now.
We need homing to work. Then we need to do PID tuning. We need a hot tighten the nozzle.
Yeah. Oh, that's
that
right.
kind
The
of
nozzle. It wants us to heat the bed. Do we want to run PID on the bed before we heat the bed for this, or do we want to just do the ED&G stuff and worry about PID after?
No, I think we should PID. I see you're right. If it's asking us to heat the bed, we should do a PID tune on at least the bed.
Okay. Let me see configuration checks. PID. Calibrate PID. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the default PID calibrate heated bed target 60.
Yep.
Boop, and we're running. Hopefully it won't take that long. It is a small bed, which is nice.
Shake and tune can work on a bed slinger just fine. You just need 2 accelerometers. I'm set up for 2 accelerometers. Daniel isn't.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to show stuff.
Let's see, where's our graph? There we go.
And this will be good to know. Just check to see if your bed is actually heating.
Yeah, it is. It is. Not
Okay.
super quickly, but it indeed is. Hey, PF, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships, man. Cheers. Let's do... I wonder what's for dinner.
What's for dinner?
Actually, I know what's for dinner. Aaron always asked me to make this chili batch, and so finally last night, in the midst of all the chaos, I stopped for an hour and a half and made chili, so we got a bunch of chili left over.
Nice.
Is anyone getting duplicate messages on the comment page on TV? I don't know. Hey, Jose.
Oh, I'm getting values, Reth. Everything's set up correctly. I'm getting values. They're just
And pizza.
interesting.
All right, we are climbing. I mean, we're still a ways off. I'm at 42 Celsius.
Okay.
It'll be a lot quicker than the first time I calibrated the Voron 300mm for ABS. It's like with that, you might as well just call it the, that's a wrap, folks. It takes a long time.
Hi, Jose.
Hey, Hobo. Not a whole lot. We just said thank you to everyone, including Squirrel Brain, and then Steve went over sort of his ADXL setup. I just have an ADXL on the X-axis, but Steve did basically take a standard ADXL chip and made a little wiring harness that runs to the Pi 0, so he is able to run input shaping on both X and Y, while currently I'm not able to. So that's pretty much it. Right now we are. Oh, also Steve swapped out his fan shroud. So I've got a 3mm offset between nozzle and my coil, and he's got, yours is 5 or 6mm, Steve?
5.
5. So Steve's,
I don't think I can go to 6. I think 5 is the max. I could move it without making more significant changes.
Got it. So yeah, right now we're just PID tuning the bed, so that way we can do the test for homing the Z-axis using the Eddy coil. So hopefully it won't take too long. We're just doing 60 Celsius, and it is a small bed, so hopefully it'll be just a few minutes here, and then we'll be homing. Do you want to do, while we're at it, do you also want to do the nozzle, or just do the bed for right now, and then once that homes, we can take it to the top and get clearance for the nozzle?
Yeah, let's do the bed. Just the bed.
Sounds good.
Trident
Hey,
is
Rev.
not expected to be replaced anytime soon. Answer to Spectra. And yeah, Reth, I wasn't running the belt comparison. I was only running the input shaper stuff. So.
Oh, the belt one is for the Core XY, right? Like, since they're both.
Well, it's
basically
comparing the tensions in your belts, and
gotcha.
It's not as useful for a completely separate motion system. When they're tied together, it's useful, like in a Core XY. What are I have some ideas, so I'll preface it with that. What are we going to print?
I have
We're going to be optimistic.
No idea. So if you have ideas,
I have a couple of thoughts.
Ears. Okay.
So I think that the word out there, it's the 10-year anniversary for the Benchy. I know Benchy is a common thing to print and kind of boring, but that gives us a.
It's tattooed on my leg.
There's a good reason, yeah.
It's
reason
on my
to print
leg.
it.
I love the Benchy.
And then if we get through that, I think we should try E3D's new Easter torture test.
Oh, they released a new one?
So
Cool.
there's a little chick and an egg.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great.
So.
You can use the belts for Quark Spine. Gotcha, of course. Yeah, I've done both of E3D's. So like their spider one, and then they had like a mini golf cart one, right, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a benchmark print, not a challenge print. This is a challenge print.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Bench TicTac holder. I know. I need a.
There are lots of things we could surrounding TicTacs, but I'm also trying to think of things that should be relatively quick prints. They say the egg challenge test, the E3D challenge one, is less than a 30-minute print.
Okay.
So that's what I'm counting on.
For a profile for this, I'm thinking what I'm very likely going to do is just take the v-minion Orca Slicer profile as a baseline and just sort of shrink down the build volume on it, since it's going to be a very comparable machine, with the key difference being hot end. This should have higher flow, so we won't be that limited on that. And then this also probably has, oh no, not probably, this definitely has better cooling than what the default v-minion has, since we're using a monster fan. A golf cart is a favorite thing to print in the White House.
I don't have any TicTacs to launch, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to make a launcher where I can't launch anything. There are all kinds of TicTacs prints out here, though.
Dude, people love their TicTacs.
Could make a tic-tac-toe game.
If I wore belts more often, I would want to get a TicTac like belt holder, like clips onto my belt, you know? That'd be awesome. Although I know if I had something rattling around on my side, Jackson would be going crazy, like one of your cats with your cat treats. Like, what is that? I want one.
Yes. Hey, Bill.
Every time I get a new color filament, I print a Benchy and a mini stealth burner. My desk is literally a rainbow. That's awesome.
Okay, how is yours doing? Mine is.
I've gone through 1, 2. I'm like almost done with the second cycle.
Okay.
So probably another 5 or so minutes. I wish we had. If I'd known that we were going to take some time here, I would have downloaded like a online, or not downloaded, but found an online tic-tac-toe game that me and you could have played against each other. That'd have been fun.
That's true.
So we're about to start melting plastic. Yeah, that's the game plan, GPs. We just got to get the Z figured out, then take a look at the accelerometer stuff, and then and then hot tighten the nozzle with the PID. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
You need a tic-tac tattoo on your big toe.
Tic-tac-toe. God, that sounds painful.
I have no tattoos.
I haven't gotten any in. Well, the last one I got was the Benchy, actually. That was at a 3D printing convention in DC like 5 years ago.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, oh, he is my coworker, and I'm forgetting his name right this second because I'm live. Holy crap, man. Claudio. Gosh, he worked for Lulzbot at the time, and so yeah, I was at the Matter Hackers booth. He was at the Lulzbot booth, and we had like hung out a bit and had grabbed some food in DC, and was like, "Hey, do you want to get a tattoo?" And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "What should we get?" And I was like, "I don't know, a Benchy." He's like, "Sounds great." So he found an artist that would like let us in the same moment. And I wanted to do the one that has like the mesh wire one that was like kind of detailed. And I showed the tattoo artist it and the size, like, there's no way I could do that. I was like, okay, let's just do an outline then. He's like, I can do that. So that was the last one. I know a few of my coworkers, even at Lightburn, have gotten, like at some of the events, like for LBX, there's a list of like things people want to do. And one of the things was tattoos. And there's a lot of people that signed up for it. I'm like, I don't know if this time I'm going to get one. Was alcohol involved? Nope. And there was actually none. We were completely of the right mind.
You know what we don't have set up, which we should probably do? The GPs is saying your micro 4 is up to 82C. Mine's 64C. We don't have our controller fans running.
Oh.
We should set that up.
Yeah, it's a spicy boy.
Let me paste you the quick
code for it.
Controller fan. Cool. Just something that'll work. Yeah, we're gonna set this up as a heater fan. Basically, set it up with a temp where anything over like ambient, it's going to turn on.
Cool.
Based on the it doesn't really matter. We can base it on extruder or whatever temperature. So I'm gonna paste this into Discord for you.
Okay.
I already have it. And we'll throw that in the. Let's just do that. Look good. Yeah, I would delete that second line. This is a copy and paste from another one of my configs.
Sure.
But yeah.
Let me go here. Let me share.
We'll want to let this. Make sure you let this PID
finish
before you
save
and restart.
Break my heart.
Thanks to GPs.
Yeah.
That is a good point. Since yours is so much different than mine, I have a feeling it's variations in the reference of how it's measuring.
Yeah.
But having a fan going on there is a good idea.
It's the reason why we put it in there. We didn't put it there just for show.
Now what pin did we use on that? It is on the micro 4, and we use fan 0, so it's GPIO 16.
Okay. Oh, come on, PID.
So then the way this is set up, anything over 10C, it's just going to be running. That could be, you can change that to whatever you want. It's only running at half speed. We can change that. Let's close this and then wait for the save it, but not restart. And
I didn't even post it because I don't want to. I don't even want to mess with it. I'll post it as soon as, or I'll paste it in there and edit it as soon as this is done.
Yeah. Is there anything else that we had forgotten to set up? I think that's the big one. It's the fan.
Yeah.
Everything else should be good to go.
What we've done.
While we are waiting, I had taken off my zip ties for the umbilical, so I'm going to put those back on.
Is the current quite spicy for the drivers? I think we did 1.1, right, Steve, or 1.2 for X and Y, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think 1.1 or 1.2.
No, I think it was at 0.8.
I think we need to check the extruder before we actually do anything with the extruder. I don't know what that's set to.
I'm pretty sure we checked it, and it was at whatever was recommended in the orbiter config, but
oh, okay.
I could be wrong. I thought we copied the value directly from there, but I might be mistaken.
I'm double check. Fan of double checking, especially with our squirrel brains.
The only thing between me and Ruby's shop are the biggest states in the US. No. Come on, PID.
This is
The drivers have cooling. There's heat sinks, very small heat sinks, like TicTac sized heat sinks.
The way the electronics bay, controller bay is set up, it's the micro four is set up high enough off the base that it will get some airflow from that fan underneath, and that's really where the drivers need to be cooled anyway, because the heat plane off of them on the board is exposed on the bottom. So
I know when I run mine at that current, I need active cooling. Yeah.
Yeah. This will basically be running the fan all the time.
Yeah.
It's still running. It's coming down for the next cycle. I'll be behind you about a minute.
Okay.
I started mine about a minute later.
Sorry, it'll give me time to paste my fan stuff.
Cool.
In gardening news, I got my bare root strawberries and my bare root raspberries in, and I have planted them, so I'm very excited. And then I had purchased a tree from Home Depot last year, an apple tree that arrived basically dead, but I was like, oh, I'll keep it over winter and see if it comes back. It did not. So luckily, Home Depot has a 365-day guarantee, so swapped out the apple tree for an apricot tree. So I now have an apricot tree. So we'll see how that goes.
Do either of those supposed to grow well in your area?
Yeah, they should be fine. The biggest issue is that like all of my fruit trees are potted, which is not ideal. However, they're massive pots. They are 2.7 gallon, like half barrels. And so I should be able to get some years out of them before they actually reach their limits. Then I'll have to figure out, I did some research, and like some people were saying that you can basically tilt the pot and sort of groom the roots once it hits a certain size to keep them from getting too root bound. So we'll see. It's going to be a lot of experimentation. Bill says, I got my first strawberry. Oh, that's so cool. The 8 strawberries I had from last year are all flowering. So I imagine we've got our first batch, but I don't think that the bare root ones will probably fruit much this year, which is fine. But yeah, I'm super excited. We now have a total of 18 strawberry plants. No, 19 strawberry plants. So. And then Aaron gave me the green light to plant 2 of the raspberries in the soil, so I'm hoping for lots of weeds of raspberry plants, because they are very prolific, and I've heard once you plant them in the soil and the canes start to take place, you will never get rid of them, which I am completely happy with. I don't think I'll ever get tired of raspberry weeds compared to the regular weeds I'm getting, so.
Come on.
I know, that's how I feel.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Yeah. I need a fork and a knife. We want PID. We want PID.
Yeah, people saw the Phoenix here printing. I've been frantically working on several projects trying to be ready for Rocky Mountain Rep Festival. Planning on taking my Phoenix. Max is going to take his. I'm hoping to get the Cascade here built. So it was printing a calibration print
nice.
On the Phoenix. I discovered something kind of dumb, kind of easy to miss, I feel. I was having some print quality issues, and going through the config last night, I was looking at the extruder section, and noticed that the nozzle diameter was set in the extruder to 1 millimeter.
Oh no.
And I have 0.6 millimeter nozzles in there.
Oh, that's a Daniel move, man.
So
that's a mean move.
I fixed that. Now I'm
Okay.
going back through and
Hey, make it
recalibrating everything, seeing how it turns out. Hey Dan.
Ref, they are all thornless. So the ones I planted in the soil are I don't know, they're like tall raspberries. They're thornless, and then the one I have in a pot from last year, they're called raspberry shortcake, and they're like a hybrid that does really well in pots. They don't get too big, and they have a like hint of vanilla flavor to them. They're freaking delicious. So yeah, even the blackberry plant I have coming for the other side, all thornless. Yeah, since there's thornless options, I definitely opted for that. Knowing myself and my kids, I don't want thorns unless I've got to have thorns.
Yeah.
Yeah, roses are the exception. If we have we have a rose bush out front that's really small, and that's fine. But yeah, for berries, like especially because I can see, you know, kiddos going to pick some berries, like I don't want thorns all over it. Cookie, hooray, with some more TicTacs. Just be mindful that raspberry plants can attract wasps. Lovely. We have tons of wasps here. They are quite aggressive, so that's the best news I've heard all day, Tuxedo. Oh my gosh, are we there yet, Steve? Dude, I've got 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 hump, 4 hump. We're kind of coming down from 5 humps now. How many humps? It's usually within a target range it's trying to hit, right? It's not really a hump count. I think it's a range, like a tolerance range it's trying to achieve. Okay, now we're climbing again. I give this thing like 10 more minutes before I freak out. It's okay, Tuxedo. I'm more joking. You can plant some raspberry pie.
How many? Oh, I'm updating my YouTube post here. 4,391 Cheez-Its.
We have a monkey puzzle tree? I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up. That sounds wild. I've got time right now. We're PID tuning. Let's see. Monkey puzzle tree. Oh, wow. That's cool looking. So pine tree, like, wow, really neat looking. Super unique sort of branches in the shape of them.
I don't know, Jean-Paul. The print I just did looks way better than what I was getting before. So.
PID's done. Yeah.
Oh, mine is too.
All right, so let's save config.
So now save config.
I'm gonna go in now and do the fan thing really quick. Did you have to overwrite? Was there already existing fan thing, or no, there wasn't?
No, you add that one.
Okay, let me just see if there's a fan section where.
I should have. There we go. Little fan running.
And you said the pin is what? It's GPIO. Oops. GPIO. Do you remember what you said it was?
GPIO 16.
The tone in your
GPIO
voice.
16. GPIO 16.
Okay, all right. And then heater temp, you said it's at 10. I'll just leave that for now. It's fine. I pretty much just want it to always run. It's based off the extruder, though. Is that fine? We're leaving it for that for now?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
All it is a temperature reference. Your extruder's always, you're always showing a temperature for your extruder. Anytime it's over 10C, it's going to be running.
Okay, so I'm going to hold. Ooh, bed is a little toasty, which makes sense. We were just warming it. So I'm going to home X again. You
had saved those values, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, save config. I was looking at my just double checking, but according to this, I've got PID parameters, then I hit save config, so we should be good. So yeah, I've homed X. I think I homed Y right now. No, I did not. So home Y.
Okay.
And then the instructions tell us.
Did you set your bed to 60? Back to 60?
Oh, I'll do that right now. It's pretty much there, but not quite 60. Okay, so the instructions here, is it this one? No, it's shake tune. Here we go. Move your tool head to the center of the bed. Okay. So our bed is, how big is our bed, Steve? It's 120?
Yeah, so 60/60 should be, I mean.
Close enough. It won't be exact because we're homing. Yeah, so I'm fine with that. It's 60. Okay, it seems like, 60. Oh, here comes Jack. Hi! Come here, big dog.
There we go.
Come here, baby. Jackson, come look at TicTac. You got another dinosaur shirt on today, Bubby. Oh, he's tired. He's rubbing the sleep out of his face. Come here, Jack. Yeah. Oh. You say hi, Steve.
Hi.
Hi.
Is Daddy going swimming with you today? Yeah.
T-Rex shirt.
Fun. Yeah, T-Rex shirt. And then
T-shirt. T-Rex.
what's on your T-Rex pants too? Woohoo!
Oh, I see a brontosaurus or whatever they call it now.
Oh, there's a little. Oh, that's a fan shroud that Steve designed. That's a power supply. You gotta be careful with that. And that's a TicTac. That's Can you say TicTac? TicTac. Those are AirPods. That's coffee. Keyboard. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so when I walked into his room, he was like,
Dada. That's Steve. You see Steve? Yep. Uh-oh. That's a little Steve in the corner there. You say hi, Steve.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna change the scene. There we go. Is that the scene you want to see? Okay. He says, yep. Yep. We're gonna try to start printing very soon, Bubby, so we gotta go quick today, okay? We're getting very close to printing. That is a nozzle tensioner. Ah, that sets the correct, I think they have inch-pounds value on that. Yeah. Okay. Good. Water. Everyone says hi. We got Bill says hi. Can you say hi to Bill, Jack? Can you say hi to Troy? Can you say hi to Clown? Yeah, can you say hi to... I don't think so. I can announce it. That's fine. Yeah, we have our what's it called? Anatomy scan on the 28th. So we'll get confirmation on the gender of the baby very, very soon here. Oh, hello. What is Jackson? You changed my bar to be very big, baby. Yeah. Okay, Daddy's gotta get to it. Can you say bye-bye to everybody?
Bye.
Oh, don't show your belly. Okay. Yeah. What? Remote? Yeah, that's for Daddy's TV though. Yeah, you said Daddy needs his mouse. Can you set that down, please? Can you put that back? Okay, you gotta say bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. I love you. We're gonna go swimming in some hours. Okay? It's gonna be fun, dude. See if Daddy still remembers how to do it. Can you put that back? Oh, thank you so much. Filament dryer, he says I need right now. Thank you, Bubby. No, leave that. Leave that. Bye-bye. See you in a little bit. Little kisses? Thanks. Okay. All right. We are ready.
So last stream we ran the first, just like make sure we can read the coil, and that worked. So now we're gonna do the actual homing offset setup. That'll be the first thing, and that's that ED&G setup. I pasted the documentation we're going through before, but I'll paste it again just for folks to follow along. And we're down on step 3 right now. Yep. So I checked mine, and I still get a reading from the ED&G after I swapped all the parts. Okay, I didn't go any further into calibration though, so I don't know any better than you do on if this is actually going to work or not.
Okay, I'm hitting setup, so I'm assuming that's probably going to lower things.
So it will do the if you want to show your main cell screen, it's going to give you a manual probe screen. You'll want a piece of paper. You'll want a piece of paper.
Okay. Oh yeah, it raises it up.
I have a very had for a very long a really nice real estate agent in the area that would constantly leave notepad on my porch, and they work really well for this. I try to be sparing with my patented Chris's Basement nozzle offset calibration sheets. So I use those. I use these other ones as well.
Mine's way high up.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Way high up. Also, our nozzle offset should be fine because it's gonna go based off pressure once we're all set up, right? So even if we tighten it and it goes in a little bit higher, it should still be okay.
You want this to, I think the instructions say something about, does it say just, you don't have to be super precise with the paper test, just good enough. Because all this is going to do is get to a point where it's triggering, it's reading a value off the coil that's not going to slam into the bed.
Gotcha.
Oops.
Why am I? Oh, I was like, why am I going higher? I clicked the wrong way. Oh, that's tight. Let's go up. Up. Up.
Oh.
Up. 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 Hey, Sweet Hum, thank you so much for 21 months. Good evening, all. What projects are we working on? Dude, we are wrapping up the TicTac, man. Okay, this feels...
I'm going to call this good.
This is a
What's
little
the
bit
value
more,
on yours?
It's a little more tension than I like. 57.950.
That's going to be different, I think, depending on where we
Yeah,
started.
where we started, yeah. This is probably a little too close. Think I should raise it a little bit higher just to be safe?
Some friction. I mean, as long as you can. I usually look if I can pull the paper out and then put it back under without a lot of effort.
Yeah, I can.
Then I call it good.
Yeah, I can. Okay. So accept. Okay.
Ooh, that worked.
Oh. It
Calibration
worked too.
saved. Issue a save config to write the value to your config.
Wait.
That's say.
No, it failed.
What?
It failed.
What does it say?
Min height for valid samples is too high. Bad drive current, bad sensor mount height. No.
Oh no.
I'm a gun, dude. So that means I am gonna have to swap it out.
The swap took me about 5 minutes.
Okay.
I can guide you through what I did.
Well, first off, let me see. Okay, here it is. I was like, I lost the fan, but Jackson dropped it on the ground.
You need to put 4 heat sets in it.
Okay.
I think it's probably worth taking the 5 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you have some really short button head screws?
M3?
Yeah.
Hopefully. I will check in a moment.
Might want to look for that before we spend a bunch of time.
How short is short?
Mine, I think, are 4 millimeter, but you could push some 6s in there.
I've got 2 M36s right here.
Okay. Do you have anything? Do you have anything shorter
than 6s? I doubt it.
Okay, it'll be fine. Just shove them through, and they'll just poke into the air path a little bit. That'll be okay.
Okay.
So what went wrong, Neil, is the sense distance, the optimum sense distance for that ED&G recommends for this coil is 5 to 6 millimeters. If it's not getting a value, I guess, I don't know the specific details. If it's not getting a value within a certain range for detection, it errors out. Daniel's is set up to 3 millimeter offset on the coil. And last stream, we saw a note in here that it should be 5 to 6 millimeters for the setup that we have. I didn't see that before. I thought I read 3 millimeters. So that was my bad. But I've modified the fan duct to move the offset by 2 millimeters further. So now it's 5 millimeters.
This needs to go in here further.
So we're gonna do a quick swap out. That's the coil to nozzle tip distance. Yes. And since mine saved fine with the same process, mine's at 5 millimeters, we're assuming that that's what's causing. This is something to learn from this is the setup here. And I think it's the same with any of these Eddy style coils. The particular parameters are very important, and those parameters are things like the amount of current you're sending to the coil, the distance from the nozzle to the coil, and some other stuff we'll get through as we go into it. As we get further in the configuration, they're pretty sensitive to the parameters.
holes are a little bit tight.
I don't know
Wish
if
I
you
had
have.
a reamer?
Oh, they're a little tight.
Yeah.
Just
What's this-
elephant's foot. Elephant's foot probably in the way.
Probably. No, not on this one, because this one's the bridged one. I don't know. It could just be the bridging. Why are we not? Oh, dude, it always happens. I don't understand. I think it's my USB cable, but this thing will just stop heating on me. So I'm like, why isn't it going in? I look at it, I'm
Is
like,
it
oh,
timing
it's cold.
out? There's a timeout value.
No, it's the USB cable. I can see it.
Oh, it turns off.
Yeah, completely shuts off. Yeah, it just started happening in the last in the last little bit here, so I probably just need to get a new cable. It's in. Last one.
Did you shut down the printer yet?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, we're going in an angle. We don't want to do that. There we go. Okay, hopefully that will do. One of these didn't go in all that clean, but I still think I'm gonna be okay. Okay, I'm plugging this. Okay, so I've got the heat inserts in. Oh, actually I didn't shut down the printer. I did turn it off, but like I haven't, there we go, now it's powered off. So the attachment points are where, Steve? I have to remove the fan cover?
I left that fan cover on. I
Okay.
disconnected the ribbon cable from the tool head.
Okay. Let me get a little flathead. It's probably easier than using my finger to try to do this. So ribbon cable at tool head.
I propped the whole tool head up as high and Z as I could so I could get to the coil on the bottom.
Okay. Undo the ribbon cable at the bottom too, or no? Just undo
I
the.
left mine
okay.
because where I VHB taped it,
Yes.
I didn't have to undo any of the VHB for that the ribbon either.
Oh, cool.
So I just kind of let the coil hang while I did the rest of it with the tool head propped all the way up.
Okay.
So you remove the 2 screws holding the tool head board to its mount.
Okay.
Once you're done with what you're
Shit.
doing right there.
That screw went flying.
The little plastic one.
Yep, it sure did.
Yeah, we won't be able to use those.
Maurice, thank you for the 21 months. Okay, so those are out. It's hanging like you said.
And then I removed the 2 screws holding the tool head board. Oh, you'll have to clip your zip ties for the umbilical cable too.
Okay. Okay.
And so then remove the 2 M2 or the M3 screws holding the tool head board to its mount. And that should allow you to move the tool head board out enough to get to the M3 that holds the tool head board down into the plate. You know what I'm talking about? The 3rd screw that holds that thing together.
Yeah, so just remove that one.
Yep, remove that one, and then remove the one on the other side that doesn't go through the mount but holds the grill. The other one that holds that grill in.
Okay. And it's falling. Okay.
Okay.
Now remove the 2 socket heads.
2 socket heads for the fan.
Okay. That's a larger screw, 2.5.
So the only reason you have to remove those is because there's 2 flat heads that go through the other 2 holes in the fan that need to be loosened.
Gotcha, that you can't access without removing this.
Yeah. So you don't have to remove those, just loosen all those. The 2 socket heads at the back you'll have to remove to get the grill off. But the 2 flat heads that are exposed. Oh, you'll have to remove the 2 screws holding the orbiter, and that'll allow you to move the whole assembly shifted out of the way.
These guys?
You won't have to move it very far. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the 2. You won't have to move it completely off here. You should be able to shift things around to get to the screws you need.
Remove these 2 or just loosen these 2?
You'll have to remove them.
Okay.
Lisa, thank you for the 33 months. Funny tip, Benadryl makes you take a nap.
Hi all. Okay, so those are loose. Now you're saying I can shift?
Yeah, now you can just shift things out of the way, and you've got the... Now, I wouldn't move things too far, but you'll have access to the 4 flathead screws that hold the fan shroud in now.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so
now you don't have to remove them, so you just have to loosen them, and
so
then
then
you can drop the fan shroud out.
Okay.
And that'll just be those four screws.
I don't know how far I need to go. That feels like that's plenty far on that side. This one probably needs a little bit more. And then the last one is over here. Oh, I have to remove this fan cover, right? This blue printed fan cover? Yeah. Or no.
What? What fan cover?
There it is. Yeah. The fan grill, it has to be removed.
Oh yeah, you have to shift it out of the way. Yeah.
Oh, come on, stop falling. Oh, the last one. All right, there you are. Okay, it feels like I've unscrewed a lot. Why are we still sticking? Could be...
Icon, mine isn't printing yet either. We're in the middle of the Eddy&G setup before we can go printing.
Okay.
But the
dropped.
probe offset is different between mine and Daniel's, so we're making them the same now.
Okay, so you don't install the coil
now be
until
careful.
after.
So that when you put that up in there, make sure you don't pinch the ribbon cable for the coil.
Got it.
It kind of, yep.
Let's see if this is in the right spot.
You should be able to just get those 4 screws tightened up.
Does that seem like it's fine? Let's see that for a sec. Let's get the next one. Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
Yeah, they went in funky. I'm not surprised that that's happening.
the heat sets went in funky.
Yeah, because they weren't dropping in nicely, so I had to put a little force. So I'm
Well,
not surprised.
there's not a great flat surface to brace against on those either.
Let's see if this one does the same thing.
Hey Phil, do your reverse the screw first to let it drop into the spot.
Okay.
Maximize chances of it fitting.
No, that's gonna squeak. Oh, that one did okay. Okay, let's see if this one does it as well. Try to reverse this one. No, this one's gonna suck. It seems like it's dropping.
Okay.
Okay, and then the last one is on this side. I haven't tightened any of them. I'm just kind of getting them lined up. Let's not pinch my heating wire. There we go. Okay. Ah, a lot of turns. Holy crap.
Is it?
No, it's going in. I think that I started it a little high, maybe. There we go. That's as tight as it's getting. Yeah, I'm not going tighter than that. Okay, that one's in fully. Tighten up this guy fully. There was some, oh shit, there's some plastic in the path.
In what path?
The heat insert path.
Oh,
That one's in though, it's fine.
okay.
Can I let this drop or no? Yeah, it's. Okay, last screw. Okay. Calling that good enough. I don't, my hands hurting. All right. Oh yeah, no, this
Okay.
side did not line up well at all.
Didn't line up.
No, there's a big gap. I don't know.
Oh,
if
no.
It just, yeah.
Is
If
it
it doesn't-
because the screw's pushing it down?
It might be. If it doesn't tighten well, I'm just gonna let you move forward, dude, and I'm gonna play around with this after.
You can try. Yeah, try.
It
Should
seems
pull.
like it corrected. It corrected fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna do orbiter.
Yep. So you got to get it lined up with your PTFE.
Yep, that seems like it dropped fine. This is a 2.5 mil.
Yep.
Side's in. Okay. So next,
Then you can put the grill in place and the two
Mhm.
long screws at the back.
Why is the grill so tight?
It's probably being held a little bit by the toolhead board pushing down. You got a screw that'll go through there as well. If you have to, you can loosen the orbiter screws and that'll loosen up that fit while you get things together.
Yeah, part of the issue is too is
Yeah,
that
loosen up the orbiter screws.
okay. It's also the silver screw, or that doesn't mean much to you, but the screw that doesn't go through the EBB36 is still in there, and it's like in the fan. It's in the fan,
Oh, yeah.
so I might need to fully remove
You might
it. I
have
don't
to
know.
put the
Yeah,
grill on before you put the orbiter on. Just pull
Um,
the orbiter all the way off if you have to.
Trying to see if I can get this screw out the whole way. No, it's not gonna happen. Oh, come on, baby. Yeah, it's gonna break it. Okay.
Yeah, I just removed the orbiter. Sorry, I should have told you to do the grill first.
See if I can do it with just a little bit more lift like that. I don't know if I need to fully remove it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's aligned. So now I'm gonna do the two screws in the back. There's one. That's back in. And we got the one for the... Alright. That's back in. Now I should be able to tighten down the orbiter. Okay, and then just the last two socket heads, and then I can move on to mounting the Eddy coil, and hopefully we're good. Okay, so socket head. Come on, there we go. This one doesn't want to line up fully. Why?
Did the fan shift?
Maybe. Oh, there we go. I just needed to start threading and it dropped in.
Okay.
There we go. That's in. That's in. Okay. Now I've got 2 screws for the EBB, and then I should be able to.
You got the first, before you do the 2 for the EBB, you have to do the vertical one going down into through the grill.
I did that.
You did both of those?
Yeah, you mean for the one for your fan, like the board attachment you made?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should just be the 2 screws now. Here's one. Okay, the second one. Okay, so now it's time to attach the coil. I haven't done the ribbon cable yet up here. Do you think I should do that next, or just focus on the coil first?
I'd do the coil.
Okay. Okay.
Then,
so
then
the coil.
you can stop worrying about if it's being held well or not.
Yeah, the coil. That's right. So cable goes up, and this one I'm just threading these M36s I got
Straight into the plastic.
Okay.
Yep. And the hole is not 6 millimeters deep. It'll end up, but it's not very thick. It should just push through.
Okay. I don't like this angle at all. I'm gonna tilt the printer.
Yeah.
There we go. Let me turn this a little bit. There we go. Let me turn off autofocus too, so it's not just focused on my arms.
Hopefully it just pushes through. Do you have a 3 millimeter drill bit or anything?
I don't know where it would be. I got plenty of 3 millimeter or a 3 millimeter reamer, but yeah, I don't know where a 3 millimeter drill bit would be right now. I think I'm just gonna try it like a Douglas.
It's just not a lot of threads. I'm hoping it goes through okay.
This will not work as far as my driver goes. I will have to use an Allen key.
Yeah. I could have had you print a little 2 millimeter spacer. That would have worked too. Get the threads right.
Did you have a small driver you able to use this? Because this sucks with it.
I do.
Gotcha.
I have a really cool, very short LDO driver, 2 millimeter driver.
Did it come with a positron?
It's this tall. It might have.
Is it this little guy?
Yeah. There you go. I have a ball end version and a regular version. They're both the same size.
Oh, this doesn't fit. This is not the right. This is 1.5 millimeters.
1.5.
Yeah.
I think. Huh?
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this, man. Right now. I kind of feel like I don't have enough leverage to be able to do this.
You don't have the positron didn't come with a 2 millimeter?
No, just the 1.5. Yeah, just the 1.5.
Can you do it if you move the bed out of the way? The other direction? Because the bed should go forward.
Yeah, it does. Let's see. These are huge, man. Yeah,
And the Z is all the way up.
That was a little. Let's see. God, it's like
Not quite.
Darn
it.
yeah.
Hey, squirrel brain.
Yeah, this is rough.
Your regular Allen key won't do it.
It doesn't seem like it's starting the threads well enough. I mean, I'll try it one more time here, but It's just kind of rotating the screw in place.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not happening, I don't think, man. That's all right. It's all right, dude. I'll give you Cam. I'll play around with this for a little bit and see if I can get it. I'll let you kind of take over for right now, just sort of watch.
Okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. We kind of, I mean, it was sort of a possibility all along.
So Troy is saying a good option. Can you move all the way to the end of the x-axis with Y all the way forward? And will that give you access?
To one of them, it looks like it will. Let's see. I'm curious to see whether it'll actually push through. That's sort of.
I know, that's my concern too.
Yeah, I'm worried that
I
it's
couldn't
just
make it a through hole because it'd be unsupported on the other side, and it would have been ugly, droopy filament. Am I the okay? So we did Eddy's setup. So perform the manual Z setting. You don't have to be super precise. I did that. For everything succeed, jump down to post calibration below. Otherwise, you may need to do manual calibration. You may also need to do manual calibration if you choose specific drive currents. The ones chosen by setup are not appropriate. So I've done setup. I haven't done the, it hasn't told me to do a firmware restart. So we're gonna go down to jump down to post calibration. If everything's completed successfully, don't save yet. First test things out. So you should see a reasonable height come back, try homing below first before saving. So let's see what this does. So if we go down here and run this, so we got calibration stuff. Let's run that command. And it should have a, what are we? We're at Z18. It says probe 19.439. I don't know if that's considered reasonable or not.
It doesn't give you any sort of like range that it recommends, or that's within reason.
I don't remember. I didn't see anything. If we do this and simply home, let's see what happens. Got my mouse on the, oh. So our, so home all is not actually moving to the middle of the bed yet. So I canceled it because it's not homing into the right spot. I'm gonna firmware restart and we're gonna check our
Safety home or homing override?
Save Z, yeah, our homing settings. So let's get.
Steve, did you install the ribbon cable with your fingers on this corner, or did you use a small screwdriver or a small tweezer to install it? Because it's like really tricky to try to get this ribbon cable into place. The one of the board.
You could remove those two screws again to get a better angle. You could use tweezers. You could.
I'm trying tweezers.
So there is. Let me get this back to. Leave that heating. Leave that there. Let's go to our homing settings. So let's go down to, okay, what do we got? We've got homing override, and it is currently doing XYZ. It's moving Z up 5. So home X, and then home Z we want to move to, so let's go down here to home Z. Where's the home Z? Home X, home Y, home Z. So we are going to do G1 X60 Y60. That should give us a move it to the center of the bed before it homes a Z.
Dude, mine.
I'm gonna have to go through that, Bill. Thank you for the reminder. I'm gonna have to go through that calibration again because I did not save. I did an emergency stop. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that thing again. So thanks for the reminder though. Okay,
Hey,
let's save and
Steve.
restart.
Is the blue cable facing outward, like towards you? Because I remember
Yeah,
mine went in nicely the first time, and now it's like it's bending the whole thing to get it back in.
Blue faces out.
Okay. All right. Well, that's me then.
And it is just a matter of finding the tiny little strip that it fits into.
Okay.
Okay, so that should be done. I'm going to do a home all just to make sure it moves to the center of the bed, but I'm also going to end up canceling it just to make sure that that homing works. So let's do this. I'm gonna hit home all. It's gonna home X, and I am gonna E-stop because the Z isn't set up. Now it's moving, and I'll turn the speed on that up, but I am going to E-stop that. Oh, and it actually aired out. It didn't actually work because the stop isn't set up, so that's okay. I just wanted to make sure the homing override was working. So, because the setup that we did wasn't saved. So let's do a firmware restart again. And then get our bed up to temperature. And then home X and home Y. I'm gonna let this move way down. So it's gonna home X, home Y, and then we're gonna go G line X 60, Y 60, F 6000, little go. And then we're going to go back. We have to go back up here and do the ED&G calibrate. So we're gonna grab this.
You're calibrating again?
You have to, because I didn't save the values because I did a E-stop.
Oh, got it.
Now we're gonna do this, and it's gonna come up with this interface, and take our paper and move this down. Okay, that's very close.
I can't get this ribbon cable in, man. No matter what, I've tried tweezers, fingers, taking it off, needle nose pliers.
You took the board. You took the board off.
Yep. I cannot get it in. It's bent like in 4 places now. It just does not. And the crazy thing is, the first time I got it in without even opening the latch. I wonder if that did something. I don't know. But
the latch is open now.
Latch is open. Yeah, I've checked like 3 times, but it will not. No matter how I wiggle it or angle it, it just doesn't want to press in.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
So this is good. I'm going to accept. Okay, so it's saved. You tried with pulling the board off to the side and just using your fingers to try to get it in?
Yeah, I think hold on.
It doesn't go in very far. It barely goes in.
That's what I'm realizing right now.
Yeah. Okay, so this has done that. Now we go back where we were. We just did the calibration. Calibration is saved. So now we go to post calibration. We're going to do this probe static.
I'm gonna boot it and see if it gets a reading. Just I shouldn't have to do anything, right? Other than run the command to see whether it detects the coil.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Let's see.
And it says it's 18. The Z is 18, and this is reading 18.001. So 17.961 to 18.091. So we're looking good there. So you should see a reasonable height come back. Try homing below first before saving. So let's go back here, and I'm going to home all. We will see it here. I got my finger on the E-stop. Sweet.
It homed? Nice.
Home. We got a home. Okay. We are reading Z30. I wonder what the the static, see if it reads. I think that's too far. 30 millimeters is pretty far. It's not reading an actual thing. If we move this down to, let's see what happens if we go G1Z10. So now if we run this command again, we should get something around 10. Yep, and we're getting something around 10.
I might be back in it, Steve.
I hope so.
I might be back in it. It detects it. I am homing. I'm heating it up to 60, and now I'm gonna try to do the. Should I be adding the homing override thing before I do this, just so that way
I
don't
would do
have
the
to
homing override.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you paste that? Whatever you ended up going with.
Yep.
Thank you.
So if you go down to your
CFG.
the home Z, all the way down, all the way to the bottom of the file.
Okay.
And just add
the
and I
macro.
would do like
The home Z macro.
Yeah.
So I can't really see. So G90.
I'm pasting it for you.
Oh, sick. Thank you. Put that in front of everything else?
Huh? No,
Put that
you
in
put
front of
that right below the G90. Right below the G90. Before the G28Z.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everything's don't save yet. First test things out. So now you can try homing Z. Watch the printer the first time. Be ready to hit the E-stop. If homing fails, if everything is good, move the tool head down to 2 millimeter and run PEP again. Okay, so I needed to run 2. Now I know you're yelling at me to save the config, but it's not ready yet.
All caps. All right.
So let's go down to, it's telling us we're following the tests. So we're gonna go to 2, okay? And then we're gonna run the PEPs, probe Eddy&G probe static. There, we're at that 1.9 something millimeters. Let's see what it says about that. Move to run PEPs again. Probe height you get back should be close to it, plus or minus 0.025 millimeters or so. Should be most accurate in the 1 to 3 millimeter range. Try a few different positions. If it's not, or somehow seems wildly off, try recalibrating. Where are we? We're within the, yes, we are within 0.025 millimeters.
Get down under.
0.018. Hey, Phil. So now we can run save config. Okay. Are we ready to save config?
Save config, Steve. All caps.
I should be able to home all. Again. Finger on the E-stop.
It worked, right?
Homed.
Yeah, nice.
Homed. Okay. So, why didn't that go at, I told it to go at 6,000, but okay, whatever. So now run save config, it's done. Where are you?
I am currently jogging. It's at 60C. I'm jogging it down to get that initial Z offset, and then
I'll know in just a second whether it's able to detect. If it doesn't detect, I go find a corner and I start weeping. If it does detect, I am happy and I can try to power through what you just did. So let me see here. So I am balancing it up and down, seeing if I can find. Okay, that seems about. Okay, I think I've got a decent enough height. So I'm hitting accept. And then what was the next steps that we did? Oh wait, it's doing its thing. Oh, please don't error out. Please don't error out. Oh, calibration saved! It worked, Steve! It freaking worked! Oh my god, all right. So, I know that you had to do some extra stuff because you didn't have that in place. So, wait for setup to try to find working parameters, perform the manual Z, you haven't decided, anything succeeds, jump down to post calibration.
Yep. So
Okay.
you succeeded, so now you want to go down and run that.
First test this out.
Yep, ED&G probe static.
Okay.
And it should give you something.
It
What
did?
does the main cell say your Z height is at right now?
Main sail says my Z's at 18 millimeters.
And what does the result of your PEPs command?
17.51.
Okay. So go ahead and home and be ready to e-stop if it crashes.
Okay.
Do you want screen?
Sure,
Show all
sure.
this?
Sure.
You're off to the side a little bit.
Ah!
There you go. It homed.
It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. Oh my god. Okay.
Now go to Z2. Move it to Z2.
Okay.
So G1, Z2, or use the controls or whatever.
Okay.
And now run that PEPs command again.
Okay. Probe static. The static thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
And it's saying, what is it reporting your value
So
at?
I have it set to 2. It says I'm at 1.964.
It's a little off. It says it should be within 0.025 and you're 0.036. I don't know how critical that is. And I don't know if you get wildly different values. It says to do the manual calibration. Was your bed at 60C when you did all your calibration?
I mean, 59.2. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It
was at
you
10,
you had heated it back up.
Yeah, I wonder if it could have anything to do with like those screws and like how tight or not tight or even I went with them. I mean, it's still a really small.
Is there any wiggle on the?
No, there wasn't wiggle. Definitely no. It was
fully.
snug.
Yeah.
It's snug. Okay.
Let me really quick here just raise it up to 120 millimeters, and just because you're saying that, let me do one last little shake here. Stop. No, that feels.
It's solid. Okay.
That feels solid to me. Yeah, I can do. Let me just for fun do like one last little. You know what? I can't really do it for fun because I don't have. There. Let's see. That feels tight. I'm not gonna go any tighter on this side. No, that's tight, man. I don't want to go tighter than that. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna move forward and hope for the best.
I would say let's move forward and see what happens.
Yeah.
And it might mean we have to go and look at what effect that does have.
Okay.
So now you can save config.
Okay. And then just try to run a homing macro or like just home.
Should be able to home all, and it should home all.
Okay. There's no place like G28. All right. Yeah, it seems like it worked. So.
Okay.
Okay. Am I caught up to you?
Yep. At
Okay,
the bottom, you should be able to. I think we can run this probe ED&G probe accuracy and see what kind of values we get.
Sure. Sounds great.
Probe at 4 is 4.01. Okay, what does that? Should report back a fairly accurate probe. I don't know if that's fairly accurate or not. It's within
What is yours?
0.01. Probe, mine says probe Z4 is 4.01. 4.5 is 4.5809.
Well, no, what's your
five,
final thing? Your probe spread. What is that? Those values?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
I was scrolled down. That's my bad.
Gotcha.
0.003.
I got
Standard deviation is 0.001.
Standard deviation 0.001.
Okay.
That seems pretty damn.
It's informational. Let's keep going.
Yeah. It seems pretty good to me.
I think if it consistently, I think you're right, Neil. Hopefully you're right. We don't need to do a quad gantry level, but we should be able to do a bed mesh calibrate rapid scan. That's the last command there, and it should.
I'm nervous.
You might want to put a camera on the printer when you run that.
Yeah. I will.
That'll be.
I'm nervous. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
It's
That's
running
pretty
really high.
That's really high. That seems odd to me. Does yours run really high?
I think it's going to be in our mesh settings. So let's go look at our config mesh settings.
Yeah, it seems really high.
I don't think we're going to get any kind of accurate. If you look at the mesh in mainsail from that, it's
oh my god. Oh, hold on. This is
That's
is that how yours looks or no?
Looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go down to the mesh settings.
Okay. Just in printer.cfg. Oops.
Yeah. Bed mesh, our
horizontal move Z.
Horizontal move Z is 10.
I don't know what it should be. 2, 1. I feel like you
Let me
want
see what I have in the other printer that I have this set up on. Let me scroll down here. I have this set up and working. Horizontal move Z2 is what I have on the other.
Okay.
So let's go 2.
Okay. It's a little closer than 10.
A little bit. Save and restart.
All right. Let's home it again.
So now, home all.
Hey, Armor. All right, let me try it again.
That looks a lot more reasonable.
Yeah. My range is still not good.
It could be that we are putting, looking at it, we might be getting too close to the side of the bed and getting some artifacts from that.
Got it.
0.47 is my range.
Okay, it's better than mine.
What's yours?
0.74.
I wonder if we go into the printer config and go to the bed mesh settings.
And change its range, like, so it's not going so far out.
Here's what I would try is move us in on X.
Okay.
What was that?
The 110
What
value.
was that? Bed mesh. I would go, maybe we could try 15 and 105.
Okay.
Bring it in 5 millimeters and see what that changes.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. We're also, what are we running? What's our mesh count? Because we can run a much more aggressive mesh probably than what we're running.
5 by 5 is right now.
That's not a
5
lot
by 5.
for this.
It's a 120 millimeter bed.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, for an eddy current probe though, like you could run, you know, way, like if we want to get just like a visual of what's actually going on. But yeah, let's try just the 5 millimeter difference and see.
Just see how it impacts it. But the gantry isn't perpendicular to the bed or better.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some good. We can't say that until we're getting good values from the sensor.
No, it's 0.59.
No, but that's a whole lot better result because we have a flat result. It's just skewed. And now this is pointing towards what Thomas is saying in chat, in that
Gotcha.
it could be our gantry and the bed are not parallel.
Yep.
So I am getting a very similar result, except I'm at 0.256. Here's my
let me hold on.
mesh.
Yours gets full. Yeah, yours is less aggressive, but it's still same. I mean, similar.
We go. There's our 0, 0. So looks like the front corner is, yeah.
Mine's similar. Front corner, mine's more, I think, a little bit more even than yours as far as the here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Like mine looks like it's a little more even front to back, but it also does seem to have a bit of a.
Where's 0, 0? Let's make sure you're looking at 0, 0.
Yeah, 0, 0's.
There's 0, 0. Okay.
So it's also front right corner, like that's what it's favoriting.
So it means that
Oops.
your bed or the X gantry, it's going to be a whole lot easier to deal with the bed than the X gantry.
There's not a good way to adjust the front right corner though, since we're mounted at the center point.
The what?
There's not going to be a real easy way to adjust the bed front right corner, since the mounting point for the front of the bed is just the center. You know what I mean? Unless I shim, well, yeah, there's not really a whole lot I can adjust, I don't think.
It is what it is right now.
Sure.
You could do a few things. We could potentially loosen the X gantry and shift that. You could put shims under the 3 points here that would make the appropriate amount to take that out. You could put it between the carriage and the Y, or the MGN15 and the Y carriage. But right now, I think we just have results. We have a lot of things that you could do to change it, but I think a mesh should be able to take care of that, and we should be able to print.
I think so that for me, long term, I'll probably try to adjust that X, like the entire X arm, because mine is really like pretty even. So I feel like if I could just get, I mean, we're talking, it's probably just such a fraction of a lift to basically fix that. So that's probably long term what I'm gonna do.
The thing that is has the most adjustment or flex in our assembly here is that X joint, that X rail joint. So I know it's pretty big there, Rath, but we could spend an hour trying to fix this and not print, or we can move forward and try to get a print going today. We only have an hour and a half left.
That is also edge to edge as well, and a benchy is only going to take up the small center point, so it's not going to be it's not going to be having to correct for 0.5. But I agree, 0.5 is large for a small bed like this. So okay,
you can take it back.
I think I have it.
Oh, right? You do. I was looking at the wrong screen.
Okay, so now do we want to raise our Z's up and take care of the nozzle tightening?
Yeah, we still need to do contact. We still need to do the Eddy, the tap stuff.
Oh, got it.
I mean, so this just calibrated it for homing. So we have a fully homing printer now. So yeah, put a little sheet of paper on that edge underneath the bed sheet.
Right. Yeah. I mean it's pretty damn uniform along that entire side, which I'm happy with. I'd much rather have that than, you know, some weird funky like bumps all over the place.
Yeah. Jason, the XRL is mounted on top, so that could possible, but it's much more difficult to do that. Okay. Where is, so tap. So down there, I think on the bottom, on the menu on the side, there's
Oh, I see
a
it. Yep.
thing for tap. So tap depends on detecting when the sensor, that's toolhead, is no longer getting closer to the build plate. This should be caused by your nozzle touching the build plate. So with XYZ home, try probe ED&G tap. This will make contact with your build plate. Maximum contact is only 0.25 millimeters. The risk of build plate or nozzle damage is minimal, but if you're concerned, you can experiment with the target Z of less. So we can try tap, ED&G tap. Let's copy
Yeah,
this
I'm just gonna go for it.
and be ready with a, so I'm gonna home all first.
I did, yep. It worked.
Did it do it?
Yeah, it worked.
Nice.
Yeah. Seems like it worked pretty well.
Yeah. Okay, ED&G tap.
You've got
I'm doing
your
mine.
you got your screen share still on Steve.
Oh. It worked. It's such a light tap. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it is really tight. If you see errors, if you see probe complete, showing stuff at some time, you should verify two
Probe
things.
completed tap.
Check that Z0 feels reasonable.
Oh, yeah, then you can move it. Here, put this here.
That feels too far away.
That's okay. There's a calibration for that.
Okay.
So we can go G0, Z0, right? Is that what you did?
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a little high too.
Okay.
So there is a, if we keep reading here, there's a calibration for that.
You can try to set tap adjustee at a constant. You can experiment with changing this value at runtime, then run default
So
tap.
yeah. It's too much friction or too little. Run a few more taps. The detection looks consistent. You can try to set tap adjust Z to add a constant value.
You gonna run it a couple more times?
Yeah.
Oh, also in 15 minutes, in 15 minutes we'll open up the Polymaker giveaway form. Tap failed.
Tap failed?
Yep. Try it again. See how repeatable the failure is.
Oh, did you do it from Z0?
Never
mind.
Maybe?
It moved up. Mine tap failed as well.
Okay, I'm gonna home again. I wonder if it's because it does say to home before running it, so I don't know if there's something with that that's going on.
There's
but...
some other settings we can set as well. I ran into this on the other one. It's saying we might want to change our target Z.
Target Z meaning like a range that it's like the range it's trying to hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So where are those? Is that in the?
Yeah, it failed even after homing, so it's definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
Adjusting.
So
tap
where
samples.
is the
config for this?
Yeah. Where is the config? What is the config we're supposed to do? Configuration reference.
I don't think we added anything to our printer. Oh, no,
We did
add
not.
Wasn't there one thing? I thought there was a small section we added that basically had like the UART
Probe
value.
Eddy. Oh yeah, that's right. The probe section.
Yep.
If we go there, you're right. Start with what it's suggesting there. Go down to probe.
shouldn't.
Where is probe? Probe ED&G mellow Eddy. So if we add, We want
Consider-
to.
Tap samples, tap max samples, or tap samples standard deviation. So it's saying it was greater than 0.02. So it's just raised it to 0.03.
Hold on. Where was that?
It says the reason it errored out was because of the standard deviation. It was greater than 0.2 or 0.2. I'm sorry, 0.02 or 0.021. So I'm thinking about just changing it to 0.03 and seeing if that covers it. 0.03.
It says tap 2 failed. Try lowering target Z by 0.1 is what mine says.
Oh, you have a different error than me then. Yeah, mine says ED&G tap failed, standard deviation greater than, consider adjusting tap samples.
This is what mine was saying. I'm getting taps.
Oops, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, mine
got something, but it wants lowering target Z to minus 0.350. The default is minus 0.250. And here, tap target Z, a value like is no worse than moving the nozzle down 1 or 2 notches too far. I'm gonna try this on mine and just see what the result is.
Okay.
And then we can go.
I changed mine to, I raised my standard deviation to 0.0.
Okay.
0.03.
I go in.
Let me verify I didn't screw that up. You're sharing right now.
Okay. Here under the probe settings, we're gonna go minus 0.3 and save and
Andrew,
restart that.
Thank you so much for the donation for the TicTac fund. Yes. I need a TicTac holster, so I'll get some TicTacs for my holster. I'm gonna probably change
we gotta
what you
remember to
changed as well.
keep. Gotta remember to keep our temperature up to 60. I'm forgetting that varying over what. Yeah, because everything is calibrated at a certain temperature, right?
Got it. I didn't think it mattered for this. I thought this was a different section for tap, like for this part of it. I can do that then. But yeah, mine's definitely not anywhere near 60 Celsius. I should machine my printer skirts. It would look pretty.
0G, boydy. Okay, I just want to do things at a consistent temperature just to make sure we're not introducing an extra error is the thing.
Yeah, because I thought that like with physical touch, it didn't really matter since if it's higher or lower, it's just going based off of its push. But who knows, man? I don't know. Maybe
but some of the stuff we're doing is testing over time.
Sure. Yeah, I'll raise it. I do not have a Carvero Dutch. I have a Nomad 3. That's the small CNC. Okay, so I'm heating back up then, and I'll try it. Only thing I've changed, I did not change what you changed. I just changed my standard deviation since it.
That's what it said to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it suggested.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a feeling I'll very likely run into whatever you just ran into since we're running very similar setups, but.
Just gonna go for it.
What did you do? Was your Z target Z height or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we look at this now.
Oh, I took away your
Oh.
show. There you go. You got it back.
We're gonna run tap, and it should come down. Now I'm getting consistent, or not necessarily consistent, but I'm getting values without errors, without fails.
Let's see what mine does. I would like to run mine back to back, a few times without getting an error. So
now we should be able to go 0. Let's see where we're at. A little high.
My taps look so far off from each other, man. like tap 1 -0.1, tap 2 1.04. What's your like? How's your range looking like? Your different taps, are they closer?
0.191, 0.196, 0.251, 0.251,
Yours are way closer to
0.256.
mine. Yours are way closer than mine. Mine's having a millimeter deviation between a tap
0
and the next
again.
tap.
Yeah, we're high on each of mine consistently. So I wonder if I move down minus 0.1.
Well, I didn't get an error this time at least.
So I am minus 0.2 something is how high is the offset from right now.
Where are you seeing that?
I just baby step the thing down. If we what was it? Is it? That's not what I want. Dashboard. I want here. I want. What is it? Controls, and I want move Z increments in Z-axis. Let's go 0.05. I think it. Yep, and we'll remove the 0.1. I'm gonna make it so I can increment that in the interface at 0.05.
Okay.
So yeah,
Well,
minus 0.05, minus 0.25 seems pretty good for this.
That's so you just manually set it to minus 0.25?
Well, there is a configuration. Tap start Z. No. Where is it?
Consistent with
Tap
or
adjust Z. Tap adjust Z. A constant additional amount to add to the computed tap Z offset. Use this if the computed tap is a bit too high or too low for your taste. Positive values will raise the toolhead, negative values will lower it. So if I go tap adjust Z here and put that into my printer config under the probe, I keep scrolling past that. Here we are. So now if we put this here and minus 0.25, save and restart.
So you're saying minus 0.25 is the difference you needed from
No,
where it's
minus
on 0.
0.25. Now that might be different for yours.
Sure.
It's
So you basically went Z0 to see where it thought your Z0 was, right? And then you jogged it slightly down until you were happy with it.
Yeah, but I changed in the main cell interface so I could jog in 0.05 increments instead of 0.1.
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
I saw you kind of do that. You went under settings.
Under the settings and control.
Control, got it. Move distance for Z-axis. So you just added 0.05.
I added well, you have to delete one of them. It doesn't allow you to have that many.
Got it.
I deleted the 0.1.
Okay. Wow. Mine is close because even going down 0.05 is too close.
If I go 0 now.
Yeah, even that's too close.
I'm a little close now. But not by much. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna make my Z increment value. Wait, you said control? There we go. I'm gonna make it smaller than 0.05. 0.05 is too large still. Do 0.01.
yeah, 0.1 minus 0.15 is closer on mine. So we're gonna go change that to 0.15. We're really close on this.
Yeah, I'm at 0.04 as seemingly the sweet spot difference. So, so you said you went back into here under the probe section in the I can look in the docs. Okay, so the command that you need is PC errors, which I didn't see. Successful tap, great. Tap adjust Z, that's the value.
The value is, yeah, tap adjust Z.
Okay. And then, so in my case, negative 0.04 is what I'm seeing. So tab adjust C. There, I'm gonna go take over this. Tab adjust C.
Did I actually run a
0.0,
or did I just home? Oh, I didn't tap. That's why.
Okay, I'm restarting this now. So am I correct in assuming then if I now home and have it do its probe thing, or no, you just basically home it and then tell it to go to 0 and it should take that into account?
That's much better. So no, you want to home and then you want to tap.
Okay.
So tap is when it sets the actual offset. So mine at minus 0.15 seems to be okay, at least for the couple of tries I've done. So for a printer that you want to use more and get put into service, you're going to run more iterations on these and narrow down on a more consistent value. Or if you're not getting consistency, you're going to go through these documentation and look at tweaking some of the values that they suggest, right?
Got it. Yep.
So the thing now is, how do we put this into play? How do we actually use this? So
yeah, mine's a little too far away now. I'm gonna just run with it, man. At this point, I'll figure it out later, or I'll tweak this later more.
This is software installation, updating Clipper. I'm looking for their docs on, what is it, in the macros? Okay, so here we are. In the macros on their menu there is suggested Z homing sequence.
It's just as okay.
Must have a safe. Oh, this is a. Oh, we should be looking at this for our thing, but and then our start print is what we're really looking at here. But what is it telling us to do in the Z home? Do the course home, set the absolute positioning to 2 millimeters home height, whatever you'd like for maximum sensor accuracy. Chill for a second, then wait for the move to finish, and then read the current exact height from sensor and home Z to it. This is what it's saying for the Z homing sequence. So if we copy these.
I don't like that I have two.
Hmm?
I don't like that I have two config pages open in my browser. It gets me in trouble.
Oh.
So this
so
is
did
gonna
you
go
see
under...
where I was? Did you?
Yeah, so we're going to put this under the... Oh, no, this is under...
This is going to be the
override?
home Z.
Home Z.
In the home Z macro.
Yeah. Okay.
All the way to the bottom. Right after the G90, we're going to put this stuff in. Hold on. We still need to we need to go G0, X60, Y60, Z2 to take care of that, right? That we did before.
So I'm getting rid of G28 because there's already a G28 in what we just copied, right?
No, hold on a second. What is they want us, they want us to G28Z. So I would do G90.
Chill for a sec is my favorite.
G28Z and then G0Z2. There. I'll just copy this whole thing for you.
Okay. Let me change this.
I think that's what I would do. There. So we're doing what they say, but we need to first move to the center of the bed. Then we can home Z. Then it wants us to go to Z2.
Oops.
And then it's doing the probe static thing. Read the current height from the sensor and home Z to it. That's what they tell us to do. Let's see what happens when we actually do this.
Just hit home Z and see what happens.
Oh, not home Z. I'm going to do a home all.
Okay.
Get our temperature back up to temp. And home all and see what happens.
Seems okay.
Yeah.
Nothing
Okay.
broke.
Nothing broke. And then we can run a tap again.
I don't know where that.
Just making
macro
sure tap.
ended up.
You can hit up arrow in there and go to
Oops.
previous commands.
Up arrow. Oh, in the. Oh,
Mhm.
nice. I should know that. Cool. All right. I'm gonna open up the giveaway
Yep.
really quick.
Everything's good on my end. You lost music. Yeah, Connor Pep.
Okay. I will.
They're saying they can't hear music.
Hey, Iconic. Yeah, it probably ended the. That makes sense. We're at 2 hours in. Okay, let's put on the hype stuff. Can you hear it now? Everyone? Steve probably can't hear it. I've got a lot of air conditioner on.
Okay. So all of my homing seems to work pretty good. The
My
only
tap range seems a little better too now. Like I was having a 1 millimeter deviation before, and now my deviation is like 0.0. It's like it's a lot less, maybe 0.1 deviation from the range, which is a lot better than 1 millimeter.
So the suggested start print flow now is to home, heat soak. We don't QGL. Move the toolhead to a position where you'd like to set the Z offset from. This can be the center, whatever. And we run a probe ED&G tap, and this will overwrite any current G-code Z offset.
Okay.
Clean nozzle again, bed mesh, and print. Okay. I think we're ready to print, right?
Do we have? I mean, do we have that in our? Is that how our start macro looks?
We'll have to edit your slicer stuff. Yeah. Just put it into your. Is there a start?
There's a print start
macro in here? Is there?
Yeah.
What do they do? What do they do for the print start
really.
macro?
They're basically home, and then move nozzle away from bed a little bit.
I don't know. I don't like. I use the slicer
Do you?
for my print starts.
I'm not great with either. I always have to. I use print start, but I usually have to reference. Well, not usually. I always have to reference one that I have that's up in. Link.
I'm probably
Link
just going to
not-
use one of my V0
Okay,
profiles
sounds
for this.
Pin message. Okay, it's pinned. Thank you, Delmar. The Polymaker giveaway form is officially pinned in chat, everybody.
But we can't print yet. We need to PID tune the hot end.
Yeah. Okay, so let me save restart, dashboard.
So let's get our PID tune on the hot end at what, 220?
Well, first we want to hot tighten the nozzle, right? Or you're gonna PID first and then hot tighten?
I PID first.
Okay.
Because it'll be fine. It's snug right now, but we don't want to have to wait for it to cool down, and that.
Are you gonna turn fan on or no? Just run a PID calibrate with what? Just the.
I'm just running the PID.
Okay. I'm gonna do 220 for mine.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, is it cool? Jinxies. It looks like the Micro 4 is definitely keeping cooler than it was with that fan, Steve.
Is your hot end fan working? Yeah. Mine is not. So I need to figure out why.
Okay.
I probably have the wrong pin. I plugged mine into a different one from you, right? Wasn't that true?
I honestly don't remember. It's possible. I don't know why you would have. Oh yeah, you might have, man. Yeah, because I remember like I crossed mine or something like that. You might not have crossed yours. If that's the case, does your blower fan work? Like if you turn on your if you turn on your air cooling fan, does it turn on your hot end fan?
I think it's on. I think that's what's happening.
Okay. So
I
yeah,
got him
they're
first.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, what did Aaron say? You doing okay? Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing. Now I am. We hit a god. Originally, I was really sad with my screws and my ribbon cable, but yeah, I'm doing good now.
I've got my fans are probably.
Thanks, Delmar. Yeah, don't forget to smash the like button
And
for
it's GPIO
TicTacs.
21.
All the TicTacs and Cheez-Its. Steve brought Cheez-Its to the party.
Oh,
Tuxedo Sage, like a cross.
That should be
Nintendo
fan.
and really chick core style fusion chats.
fan 0. GPIO
Oh, extruder
13.
motor settings is what GP is asking about. That's right. I can check mine really quick here for you, GPs. So, extruder is set to 0.85 run current. And I don't know if that was based off of what was recommended in the Orbiter GitHub, or if that was a default that was set. I don't know the answer to that.
I had mine reverse, so let's see if we can start.
Finished building the box turtle. Nice! Congrats, Cully. Just software.
Yeah, congrats. What were we looking at for the extruder?
Extruder
motor
GPs was
settings?
curious about, yeah, mine's set to 0.85, and I don't know if that was based off of a value we saw in the Orbiter config, or if that was just...
Can you look that up?
Sure, yeah. Let's see. Orbiter... Oops. Desktop.
I'm sure we got it. We're not.
Okay, motor current, 1.2 amp peak or 0.85 RMS. So we did 0.85, so I'm assuming we grabbed it based off this because we're at 0.85 and that's what it's showing here. So we might be able to push it a little bit harder,
Shouldn't.
but I'm gonna leave it where it's at for now, at 0.85. It seems to be what the document.
Is there any additional information for like, go down
Max
to the,
cells.
keep going to the clipper.
Yeah, we grabbed all this. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, we took it from here.
0.85, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. We
Okay.
got it from here. Yeah, we definitely copied this from here for the 2209. Yep. Seems a tad high for that motor. I think it uses between 0.65 and 0.7. I don't know.
We can
Gauge it. See if
there's a
it's skipping
couple of
steps or
things.
getting too
Is
hot.
we are open air, so we can probably get away with a little more current than an enclosed printer. And we can very easily just kind of touch it and see if it's getting too hot.
Yeah. How toasty gets. Okay, my PID is done. Save.
Mine just started.
Oh, what were you doing? Oh no, you were changing your fan, right? That's
Yeah.
right. You need. It's kind of an
Look at
important
this.
thing.
Look at this heat up slope though.
Let me see. Where are you? Guess full. There you go. Dude. 3, 2, 1. A lot nicer than that heated bed. God, it's like watching paint dry. I'll have to watch a Tornite. Let's see. Tornite UK time, so it's a bit early.
Oh, is that done? Nice.
That was how fast it was?
Yeah, mine's all done.
Cow. Okay, so now I'm in the home, and then I'm going to raise my Z pretty dang high.
Yeah. Holy moly, what is going on?
What?
The temperature of my extruder.
I can't see it. It, looks like I see
It
triple
started
digit.
at like 30 million and,
Oh my
and came down really quickly. That was weird.
Glitch, maybe?
I don't know. Let's do a home all and do the same thing you're doing. Can you arrange your UI or have the console at the top of column 3? When I was putting the console at the top of column 3, it was in the way of chat and, on my stream. I can rearrange it for this. That's why it's over here. that over there. I usually put macros down here.
I think I'm just gonna use. No, I probably won't. I'll just hand tighten this. Let me see what'll fit in here. No, it won't.
Okay, that is done there. Now we're gonna move this up. You're still sharing my screen.
Okay, I'll change it then. I'm gonna heat it up to probably like 260-ish. I don't think I'll really. I don't think I'll be printing much hotter than that on here.
Oh, you took the sock off?
Yeah, for nozzle tightening. I don't want to pinch the. What's that?
You can't get to it with it.
I don't think so. Not very cleanly. I want to get way up in there.
How tight are you expecting them to get this thing?
Pretty tight.
Don't break it.
I won't.
I hate hot tightening.
It's happened to me
Absolutely
once. It's happened to me once, dude, and it wasn't the nozzle I broke. I sheared off the heat break.
Oh.
It was on the oh gosh, the Omnia drop, the older Omnia drop. It had a very delicate heat break, and I I did one or too many ugga-duggas.
I'm gonna call that good. It's tightened about a 16th of a turn. I'm gonna call it good.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so we are good. We are at a temperature. What else are we missing? Configuration checks. We're homing. We have a Z offset. We're bed meshing. Do we want to up our bed mesh density?
Do we want to up our bed mesh density? Yes. Yes, we do.
Out of 5x5, what do we want?
20 by 20.
10 by 10?
Yeah, I'll do 10 by 10.
See what it looks like anyway.
Sure. Mine's gonna look like a waterfall or a slope. It's
So
fallen.
our point here that was brought up by Squirrel Brain is we are using point.
That won't work.
Bed
10 by 10
mesh
won't
cannot
work.
exceed a probe count of 6 when using Lagrange interpolation. What should we be using then? Is there a, let's see, is there a suggestion in here? What is the suggestion? Does anybody know?
Wait,
Let's,
is that instead of like by cubic or no? Like
I was going to look at the bed mesh docs for.
I do have a torque. This just came with a micro Swiss nozzle, but because their nozzles are different, I don't remember what what this is set to. That's why I didn't use it. But I agree. Like if this will work for it, I love this thing. It's really, really nice. But yeah, I agree, Bill.
Maybe either Lagrange or bicubic. I'm sorry.
No, no worries. I pretty much have always used bicubic.
Let's change it to bicubic.
Okay.
I was just looking at the reference, and those are our choices: Lagrange or bicubic. So, bicubic it is.
What's the command? It's under bed mesh, right? Where you set that, or no?
Yeah, it's in bed mesh, and it is algorithm.
Algorithm. And it's just bicubic, right? Bicubic.
That's
Oops, you can't see exactly what I'm doing, but nobody can see what I'm doing. So yeah, algorithm by. Oh.
Save and restart. Bicubert.
Why did mine?
So what I was starting to say when we got that error is that
I must have entered it in wrong because that did not work.
What did you? Let's see. It should just be algorithm colon. Where is it? Oh, it's off. I can't see. Oh, too far. Oh, algorithm is with an I.
Thank God. I need my red underline, man. Where's my red underline, dude? Look at that. It's crazy what happens when you spell things right. It looked a little off to me. I should have played it cool. I just wanted to check if you knew that it was spelled incorrectly. All right, perfect. All right, so let's try this.
What I'm gonna try to say for the third time is that our gantries drop mostly because we're using 0.9 degree steppers on the Z. If we're using a 1.8, it would have less of a tendency to drop. What I was thinking of trying to use is those steppers that LDO does for the Rook with the little friction seal in them. Would probably completely keep it from dropping.
I don't know if I've seen them. Whoa, what is this?
What?
Is this why it doesn't do by cubic? Look at my mesh. Like, it's weird.
I see it moving like that. Oh, are you doing the rapid scan version?
I don't know. It's probably, I know what I'm doing wrong. It's because I'm using the built-in bed mesh.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's not rapid
command.
scan.
Yeah, okay. I was like, this is not right. All right, so the command for rapid scan.
It's just method equals rapid scan at the end of bed mesh calibrate.
Gotcha. It is what I expected though. It's the same, like, it's same, but more.
There. Mine's, I'm pretty reasonably pleased with mine.
Oh, yours, what is yours at?
0.251.
Gotcha. That's what you were at though, right? Yours was about that before. Yeah. Mine hasn't. Oh no, mine. Yeah, mine changed a bit. No, mine still got a little better. Mine was 0.74 if I remember correctly, or something like that. So, I mean, it's still not good. I'm not super stoked on it, but.
It is.
Red, white, and blue, baby. Yeah. Not. Yeah. My printer's patriotic. That's why its bed's crooked.
Okay. Your print will slide off once done. Okay,
Yeah, it looks a lot more extreme. Okay.
What else do we have?
I think we're ready to fire off something, man.
How much time? We have enough time. Let me run input shapers since mine will run it.
Okay. Sounds good.
So everything's homed. Okay, and the extruder is just cooled off, which is good because we need the fan not to be running on the, we need the fan not to be running on the hot end. So all my stuff is hooked up. We should, and I've got Shake and Tune installed, so we should be able to just do axis shaper calibration. So
you have it plugged in your wire already?
Yeah, I've had it plugged in the whole time. I plugged it in the beginning. So should be able to just do that, and it will. There we go. So invalid LASD. LAS2DWID. Invalid ID. Why? Did I change something? I just ran this before. Invalid LAS2DWID.
Wait, you changed something for me. Is that do you potentially change yours?
I want to
in the
make
process?
sure that make sure I didn't. GPIO 12. All of this is fine.
Yeah, because when you gave me my version, because you were like, here, let's just fake out your wire or whatever, you had renamed something, so I don't know if you had renamed it also on yours.
Invalid ID. What in the world? I just ran this. Connection problems, faulty wiring, or a faulty... I have no idea.
Did you? And you're sure you plugged it in on the backside of the? Because I remember I saw you plug it in on the side.
Well, this is the toolhead. This is the toolhead one that's airing.
Got it. Okay.
The toolhead one is the one that's airing. What is going on? I did just try again. Yeah, I'm gonna restart.
Okay.
I'm going to do a power cycle here.
Your fan pins, that shouldn't have affected anything.
I'm gonna power cycle. We could ping it as well. but that's really, really kind of odd. So let's just make sure everything is plugged in, everything's good there. I haven't touched anything around that, so let's just reset it. I did check my ADXL settings. Pay attention, Ref. Come on. Keep up. The cats did it, yes. Yes. The cats did it. So what I am going to do is go over here to the resonance compensation and measuring resonances test, and I'm going to remind myself of the, I think it's just accelerometer or query accelerometer is the command. Scroll down here and accelerometer query and then chip. So accelerometer is the name of the chip as entered. So we're gonna grab this since we have 2 chips, and we're gonna go to, we are rebooted here. I have hot end as the name of it, and it is not reading it.
2 chips, Steve, and now I'm hungry.
Chips?
Now I'm hungry.
Oh.
Oh man, this is a bad
Bed. It's getting a. I did this as early as this morning, and I got a reading off the Toolhead. I don't know what's going on. The one that I've haywired is working just fine. The one that's built into the Toolhead controller is saying nope. Nope. Okay. I guess we're not gonna run this because I know the LIS2DW. It's I thought that was the one that was wrong anyway. Which means we'll have to do something completely different for all of this.
Wait, is that but that's what's is that what is in the Toolhead board, or is that the little guy that we added to the side?
The one that's having problems is the one that's in the Toolhead board.
No, but like sorry, where was that? Ref said about the LDS.
Oh, the one on the Toolhead board is not good.
Gotcha. Then why did Mello use it?
Edwin, I have copied the Mello docs for this, and it is right here. I have copied these, and it was working last night. It was working last night. It was working.
Thank you for the membership, man. Cheers. Let's see. Also, reminder, Polymaker giveaway is pinned in chat, and we will close that in, I don't know, 7-8 minutes here.
Okay, we're not gonna do this. Let me show the graphs so Ref can have some nightmares.
So he can puke. I hope he has a brown bag near him.
So I did a test first, and this was X.
Oh, there's a build. It makes the specs look better. Gotcha. So it doesn't get a very, like, there's not a super accurate reading on it, so it makes it look like it can go faster.
So this is X with the LISD whatever thing first run, and then this is Y on the first run. There's no binding in this thing, so I'm gonna blame the sensor. So then I loosened the belts on both because they felt pretty tight. And let's just go Y first. Y improved significantly. There's probably some more tuning that can be done.
Is Y an ADXL or LAS?
Y is an ADXL 345. Y is an ADXL 345. The X is the LAS. And then I ran X again with slightly less tension on the belts, and it didn't change much. I'm gonna blame the LAS sensing, and we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I like that. I'm here for it.
Well, I may still be too tight. I wouldn't disagree, but I don't know what's going on with the LAS. So let's print.
Okay.
YOLO. I am very, very irritated at that because I did nothing. I did nothing between it working and now.
that is super frustrating. I'm only laughing because I get it, but it's not funny.
No, the LIS is just a bad choice by a lot of manufacturers right now for some reason. I don't know if it's cheaper, easier to implement. I don't know. Okay, let's home all. You can have control back. Let's get a print going. We've got 34 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's enough time to do a benchy.
I agree. All right. I'm gonna add the v-minion, I think, as my. Oh, everything's gonna freeze up for a sec here. Right. What's happening? Hey, Steve, you shrunk. Wait, no, never mind. It's because the other one.
Oh,
yeah. It's just like Steve is so small. There he is. Oh gosh.
Oh, let's go. Let's bring up a Voron 0.
I will take your starting macro for not your starting macro, but your slicer. Although it probably won't work, right? Because you're not going to be using the same slicer as me. So
I'm using Prusa slicer.
It's going to take me a minute then to figure this out.
That makes sense, Phil. You manually run a bed mesh from main cell and then start a print without having the mesh in the print G-code file. Sure, whatever the active mesh is. I think.
Do you remember what our Z height approximation was? If not,
130.
I can just check. Okay. I was gonna say otherwise I can just check what we set in our configs.
Okay. Voron 0. I'm gonna grab a PLA profile of some sort. Discard and a discard that. Okay, let me go in and change some settings here. We're going to print at 220. I'm going to do this benchy with the Polysonic black PLA.
Polysonic, eh?
Polysonic. It's supposed to be able to be printed at higher flows. So
I think actually if you're not using macros and you're just putting G-code in your starting G-code like in the slicer, I think they can use that in Orca Slicer.
Okay, I can paste you my
because it shouldn't be any different then. If you were passing variables to like the start macro, then it would be different because they define them differently. If I'm not mistaken. Add handy models, 3D benchy. I'm probably just gonna use a bamboo. Let's see, standard rat rig for that. Bamboo BLA basic. I'm pretty okay with this. Are you gonna turn off your layer cooling minimum threshold? So that way it boogies?
We want to try to get it to boogie, right?
Yeah, so let me turn that off. I have no idea what the slow print down. No, I have no idea what the max volumetric flow rate is for PLA with this hot end. I assume it can at least hit what Bamboo Lab has set with theirs. I'm gonna probably bump this just to 25. I'm sure it can probably go higher, but I don't want to blow it out. So let's do that. And then
I was looking at the Polymaker side and it said about 20 cubic millimeters per second. Can it go higher than that, you think?
Wait, it says 20 cubic millimeters a second for what?
For the Polysonic. PLA.
Oh, yeah, that's probably saying with like a standard setup. I don't doubt that it can probably hit 30, but I'm just raising mine to 25. I feel like that's a good happy medium for PLA.
Okay.
Since I don't know the capabilities of this hot end. I haven't actually ran Rapido very much.
Yeah.
Make sure the boat is pointing on the y-axis. That is a good point. Let's rotate this. Oops.
And then, so for the,
Let's actually flip it.
for enabling this, we want to go probe Eddy&G tap.
I'm gonna set travel speed. I don't know. Oops, where's the accels? I'm gonna set travel acceleration to 10K. I kind of feel like the rest of these are probably a safe starting point because I don't know what the hell this is gonna do. Yeah, I feel pretty okay about this. What's the temp set? That seems fine. 220, 55. That should be okay.
Eddy&G
Can Orca not
tap.
shrink the bed to 120? I don't think it. I don't think because it uses a 3D file. I think it basically has to keep the rat rig bed, but it does shrink at least like the grid on top of it. I think you'd have to modify the. I don't know what type of file they use for this, but I think you have to modify this file. It doesn't just have like a parametric. I don't think it has like a parametric bed that it can adjust. I could be wrong. I don't know on the back end. Okay, I'm gonna heat up my hot end so I can load up some filament.
You wanna, I'll get this macro, start macro over to you.
Yeah, it's on a macro though, right? It's just like the G code?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Whatever, I mean, same difference.
I think that'll work. Yeah. Over to you in our chat. This includes the rapid scan and the Eddy&G tap.
Sick. Thank you. Let's see if I don't. TicTac. G code.
And we want a benchy. 3D benchy.
Okay, hopefully this will work.
And what are we doing for perimeters and all that kind of stuff and layer height?
That's a great question. I've got wall loop set to 3. Mine's 3, 4, 3 right now. 3 wall, 4 top, 3 bottom. And then 15% infill. And then 0.2 standard 0.2.
Way too much infill. We want these to be quick.
Okay.
Get that down. Get that down.
Okay, what do you want to run? You asked. I told you. These are just defaults.
I'm doing like 15% and
That's what
2
I said.
walls.
I'm doing 15%.
Oh, I thought you said 50. I thought you said 50. I
Heck
heard
no.
50.
I'm not that nuts. I gotta find PLA, dude. All of my Polymaker materials are pretty much not PLA. Here we go. Here's something pretty. Let's try this. I have no idea how well this will do at higher speeds, but let's give this a go. Poly light. Oops. Okay. We are going to be doing the giveaway in just a moment. I would just really want to get this fired off.
We'll see what happens. I'm bumping this up pretty good.
Are you?
Huh.
Okay. Okay, device. Let's extrude. You know what? I didn't tension this very hard because I was having this skipping steps earlier. Let me raise my Z a little bit. I cannot raise. Can I raise my Z? Fine. There we go.
Slice.
What did you do for walls? 2 walls?
2. Yeah.
And then top and bottom?
Huh?
What did you do for top and bottom?
I think, let's see, 4 and 4.
Oh, okay. So you didn't go that. All right. And then I am gonna do a skirt.
I always miss something here that's telling me.
Did you try to print?
No, not yet. I'm trying
Okay.
to. What's It's telling me it's like.
Talk to me, Steve. Talk to me, Steve. What's it
Like
telling
a
you?
42-minute benchy.
Oh, oh, did you? You probably didn't turn off the minimum.
I did.
Like the fan.
You just
Oh, did you?
set that to 0, right?
Yeah, mine says it's gonna be a 42-minute benchy. What the hell? That
I
can't
don't
be
think
right.
it actually will be.
Hold on. Let's see, PLA. So I've got my 25 seems fine. Cooling, I have it set to not slow down for overhangs. There's no minimum layer cooling time. Those are the main things I usually uncheck. Steve's video froze? No, I think he's just thinking.
It did freeze.
Oh, it did freeze. I was like, I think he's just deep in
hell?
focus. Max flow. I don't think there is a min layer time set. It'd be under cooling. This is min layer time.
There we are.
And then slow down is disabled. And then max flow is set to 25 cubic millimeters a second. I doubt that's going to create a 45-minute benchy. Yeah, I don't know. The main things that usually slow you down. I doubt it's my Excels. They're, I mean, they're decent.
I think we should just send it.
Okay.
See what happens.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Unknown command, exclude object. That's fine. You have it set to the hot and heats up to 180?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
I like. Yeah, it's fine. No, it's fine. I like the response of like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just. All right. Perfect. Excel's look low. Excel's might be low for what it can hit, but we don't have input shaping right now, and at least I don't. And I haven't seen this thing actually move other than a slow probe, so I'm okay with it as a starting point.
Oh, I should probably put. Oh, we didn't calibrate our extrusion multiplier.
Nope.
Okay, sounds good. We're letting them rip.
Let it rip, man.
That's good. Good. I didn't even put filament into the hot end.
Seriously, you didn't load it? You didn't load spool?
No, I didn't load it.
It's amazing. All right. Well, if I see this thing start to lay down and it look okay, then I'm gonna get the giveaway going. I just need to see this thing starting. Steve only prints ghost benchies.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It does print way better if I had filament. That's okay.
What are you doing to Steve, Dan? Is it my fault?
The spool covers up half the front of the printer.
It's true. It's true. That's all right. Okay, I should basically be at temp. The bed's just dropping. It looks like the 55 Celsius. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
This will be first plastic extruded.
Maiden flight.
There it is, first plastic extruded.
It is Starlight Mercury. It's beautiful, Liz.
Look at this.
We have got to be... Come on, man. We're at 55.3. That's close enough to 55. Oh.
Okay, is this ready to go? Ready to rip?
Yeah, I mean, mine's just dropping in temp. Hopefully it's... There we go. Okay, we're moving. Okay, we're homing. Homed X. We've homed Y.
Go.
Z is doing its thing.
That's print. Need to clean your bed?
Okay. No. I just assumed Jason sent me a perfectly clean bed. We'll see how adhesion is. Okay, we're tapping. We're tapping. Tapping's happening. Okay, now it's doing something else. Okay, now it's scanning.
I like it.
Oh, mine's homing.
Okay.
Woo.
All right, now it's hitting temp. Are you saying giveaway time, Maurice? I gotta see a layer go down before we do giveaway.
Okay, I see some filament. I didn't realize you had a purge line.
Tap.
Makes my skirt a little bit redundant.
I use both.
Okay.
Oh my God, Steve! Oh my God, Steve! Oh my God, Steve!
Is it laying down?
It's laying down, baby. It's laying down, and it's not looking bad for a first layer, dude.
Well, let me get you guys a little higher up. No adaptive mesh right now. It'll be a thing, but no, there was a mesh. It ran a mesh. You guys missed the mesh? Yeah, I don't know how important adaptive mesh is on.
It's not very important.
Yeah, on a printer that can scan.
Oh, that's looking good.
My first layer should have been faster. That's where I screwed up.
This is looking like a good offset. Could be potentially slightly close.
Yeah,
It's
mine's
okay.
a hair close, but it's not that close. I just want to see it hit second layer, baby. Come on, baby. What size nozzle? It should be just 0.4. All right, baby. Here we go. Here we go. It's probably. It looks like it's the. Oh, it's the bridging that's slowing it down heavily, man. The bridging is brutally slow for no reason. It does not need to be that slow. That's fine. I mean, it'll be fine once it gets beyond this.
It's not going to slow it down that much for the whole print. It's not a 42-minute print.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Okay, I am 60 seconds on the giveaway form, and I'm unpinning it. If you have not entered in for the Polymaker giveaway, do so now for the final TicTac stream. Also, smack the like button for TicTacs.
Yes, like.
Like.
Need 3 likes.
Perimeter's definitely going fast. Yeah, it's picking up some speed. I do think I can push it further. Definitely, but I would like to get some kind of input shaping figured out. You know, either take what you've got or figure out something before I go too bananas. That's just gonna be a ringing mess. That small scooting is almost hypnotic. Yeah, yours is definitely going faster than mine. I'll give you full screen. What'd you do? You went crazy compared to me on the.
Yeah.
God, that's amazing. Yeah, yours is on like twice the speed of mine. Daniel was ahead, but Steve was catching up. Yeah, no, Steve said that he was doing something, but I didn't realize that he was going banana sandwich. Okay, I'm unpinning the giveaway form, and then if you're actively filling it out, you got another 60 seconds.
Build plate size is 120 by 120. The build plates that we have are these dark rock plates from LDO.
What did you get your speed down to? Did yours still say 40 minutes with those speeds, or no, you were able to get it to drop a little bit more in the slicer?
It says 42 minutes.
There's no way, dude.
It's not a 42 minute.
Yeah, mine says that too, and yours is
set 300 for most speeds. External perimeters I set to 200. Top solid infill 200. And then I set 15,000 accels for most things, but 5,000 for external perimeters.
I forgot that you can bump the accels in the web interface. Okay, hold on. I bumped it up. This is
firmware. I think we put in max 20,000.
Yeah. So this is 50%, 150. I'm gonna bump it to 200% now. Might take a second to go in. My infill seems like it's going pretty slow. There we go. Okay. So this is 200% speed. Can I go 300%? Oh my god. Okay, this is 300% of what I set. Steve still looks crazier, but it's definitely picking up speed. The travel speeds are like really quick. That's the one thing I bumped up to 10K XL, so that's definitely going faster. Like if you look at it move from the nozzle to the end, once it like does that little jump, it almost is like you blink and it's done. Let me check Steve's out again. How's yours looking, dude?
The bow needs some cooling, but
yeah, mine too. It was looking good until I went to until I just increased it by so much. Yeah, it's a droopy. Oh no, it came off the bed.
Oh, you lost it?
Yeah, I probably should have cleaned it before. No, that's all right. Yeah.
Oops.
All right. The light. Let me really quickly. The layer lines were looking pretty damn clean though before I decided to.
Oh yeah.
They look really clean. Let me see if I can get like a. I mean, I know it's got a little sparkle to it, but I'm telling you, they look really solid. So it is extruding well. Here, I'm gonna give you this, and then okay, giveaway is officially closed, everyone. I am going to work on that while Steve is powering through his benchy. Okay, I got 140 entries. Very nice. Oops, that's not. Is that all I'm gonna do? Yeah, it is.
So let's have some fun here and bump our speed factor in this mainsail. See if it'll.
You set your bed temp to 60?
I did.
Yeah, I probably should have done that too. Let's see, downloads, there.
Oh, it prints. They print.
Yay!
Yep. Pushing.
You might get less droop if you
plastic in the
rotate the
shape of a
boat
boat.
180 degrees. Yeah. To have the look at the fan. Yeah, you're probably right, Phil. It probably will. Yeah, I could try both. I think I need to clean the printer first. That's the main thing. Okay, copy.
I'm gonna figure out what in the world. I guess I don't really care that the Toolhead ADXL or the accelerometer isn't working. I need to think of a way to get a better
DXL
one on there. Yeah.
Can you not? Is there not a way to just run it on? Yeah, you could. Can't you just run it on one axis and then move it to another axis, like the one you have for the Y?
Maybe.
I feel like you can definitely do that because with bed slingers, a lot of people weren't running
Yeah.
two ADXLs. They're running a single one and then changing
Yeah.
its location. Yeah, there's got to be a way
Should
to
be
do
able
that.
to.
Yeah.
Just figure out how to mount it. See where I want to mount it.
Alrighty, the final giveaway of the final TicTac stream. Let us do this. Thank you, Polymaker, for letting us do these awesome giveaways. And for anyone that hasn't been here for a giveaway, which I feel like most everyone's a familiar face, but who knows? The winner will receive a gift card. You'll basically get an email from me either probably this evening, if I don't forget. Sorry, Bill. And that will contain a form and a unique code that you'll need to fill out, and then Polymaker will get you the gift card. So that is how, that's how that works. And if you need to pick up some Polymaker filament and you want to support the channel, there's a link in the description that does, percentage of that does go to the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything, and it's always appreciated. And people are using them, so thank you to everyone that is already using those. Okay, I am trying to think of a range, Steve. What is our final range of this? Are there giveaways for this series?
I think it is between 43 and 91.
Jeez. Okay, you heard it here, everyone. 43 and 91.
the TicTac weighs 4,391 Cheez-Its.
Perfect. Hey, RH. Hey, Wick. Sorry, everyone. I know that I was not... In general, I feel like when I do when Steve and me are doing collab streams, I have a harder time keeping up with chat because there's just one more variable. But also today, because I was so focused on the stinking screws and then the ribbon cable, I know I missed a lot of chat.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. Of course, everyone should. All right, we're gonna do 69. It's within that range, and that's what the people want, so that's what the people get. Here we go. You nasties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Are you counting on your fingers and toes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Keeping track?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
4 or
7, 8,
3 or
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. I'm confident that was 69. All right, everybody. Good luck in 3, 2, and here we go. Who will be our winner? Hey, that's a familiar face. Dark Third Dimension. You are this week's winner.
Dark 3D Dimension.
It's Dark Third. It's Dark Third. You silly. Congratulations, Dark Third. You are this week's winner. I will send you an email, like I said, probably this evening. I am going to be in major editing cap this evening, so I'll be at the computer, and as long as I do better than I did last week, I will get you that email tonight. So, congratulations. He says, yes! Congrats on winning this week's giveaway. Thank you, everyone, for entering in, and we will do the same thing next week, except it'll be just me. Steve will be in chat maybe if he gets a break from work to say hello or something. Yeah. So let's check in with your benchy over there. How's it going? Is it still holding down all right?
Oh yeah. I did clean my bed.
Yep.
I cleaned it with hot water and soap. And
looks like it's holding pretty good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I cheated a little bit. I put down some Vision Miner as well.
You didn't cheat a little. You cheated big time, man. Oh my god.
I wanted to be successful.
Dude.
That's not cheating.
I'm all over here like I spit on it and called it good enough. Oh my gosh. I should have done that. That's all right. It's funny because you as you said it too, like right at the beginning, you know, did you wash it? I'm like, no, dude, Jason got me covered, man. He got the finest Dawn dish soap before he sent it to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious. It looks pretty good from here. I know you said that the bow or whatever is a little saggy.
It should be a sub 15 minute or right about 15 minute benchy.
Based off what you're seeing?
Yeah. It should be done here before too long. It
like
can definitely be bumped up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like we definitely can bump it up. Hey, is it Jexter? I can't. Sorry, it's hard to see. It is Jexter66. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships, man. Cheers. Do all the sound effects. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Man, I think that mine maybe could have finished if I hadn't started playing around with the speed multipliers. Because what happened was, like, once I started doing that, that's when my bow got really droopy, and I have a feeling, you know, the nozzle just tipped a little bit of molten filament or whatever that was kind of pulled up on the tip, and that's what did it in. Because it was a little bit close to the bed. But I'm like pulling off the purge line. It had a fair bit of adhesion, so I have a feeling it was just a combination of the whiplash and the and that little bit of extra filament there.
So I just bumped it up to 250% in the slicer. Now it's not actually hitting 250%. What I'm seeing in the slicer for flows are peaking at around 20, right at 25.
Oh, okay. Speeds, so that's.
I'm seeing speeds up into the mid to close to 300. Oh, that one was just 389 millimeters per second. Just the stuff coming across on the interface.
It's interesting that we are actually hitting the max flow rate. I didn't think we would hit it even with the quicker speeds. Barry, thanks so much for becoming a member. Cheers to Hadouken and then pizza time. Yeah, welcome everybody. we've been squirreling around for, well, we started and then you were gone. So, man, we've been squirreling around for like a month and a half, right, Steve? Because we did like the first two episodes.
Well, this is so yeah, 4 weeks worth of, with a break in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, the main things I think I would like to do is figure out something with the input shaping, and then is there really anything else? I don't know. That might. Oh, yeah, maybe like figure out the input shaping, and then also play around with this hot end because I haven't really used this specific hot end to figure out what the actual limits are of its max flow rate. That way I can, you know, I have a feeling. I'm curious to see. Let's see. Let me see. So this is the Phaetus. Let's see, Rapido. I know it's the. I won't find the specifics of that, but like, let me just see. Max flow rates. Let me just see if anyone else has taken some. Holy crap. Oh, I don't know if that's accurate. This is on a product page. It says 75 cubic meters. 75.
Well, that's material dependent too.
Yeah, I know for sure. I was hoping someone did some testing. Rapido high flow. This was a year ago, so probably Gen 1. With my Rapido, I can get up to 25 cubic millimeters. Okay, that's Rapido 1, and it's also not the high flow variant. Yeah, I'll probably have to just do the testing myself. Surely you need RGB. Yeah, I generally would agree with you, but I'm like quite pleased with the overall aesthetic of this thing. I wouldn't be upset with a little bit of like underglow on the bed or something like that, but
we need some RGB.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some like, I don't know, 2-inch rims on the side of it, need some spinners. That would be sick. That'd be really cool to have something where when the Y motor turns, it like spins a little rim off to the side. These streams have been a pleasure to watch. Thank you guys. Hey, thank you very much, Squirrel, for hanging out, and you know, we're glad that you enjoyed it because we were, you know, I feel like we went into this with sort of the right attitude, and you know, it's been fun. Like really, most of the complications we ran into were probably self-inflicted stuff. I know on my end it was the case with a lot of things.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. RH3D says they have more realistic 35 on the page below. I think that 70 is. Oh, gotcha. 1 millimeter nozzle with some high flow. That makes a lot of sense. I turn my nose up to RGB when I go and make my micron glow orange with UV. That's freaking awesome.
So I will try to consolidate the last changes I made on this and throw all the CAD and STL files out on my GitHub. So anybody, Squirrel Brain, feel free to take whatever you want from that. Anybody else, it'll be available.
Will you take my one STL as a contribution, the Y cable chain without that bump on it for the?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right, man. Yeah. I just want to feel like I contributed in the small, like even if it's the most.
You have to do a PR though.
I don't even know how to do that. So you'll have to send me a wiki, dude.
If you want it to be your contribution, you have to PR to the.
All right. Somebody has to have a write-up on it. I'll figure it out. When is the next collab? Oh man, I don't know. It's tricky. I wouldn't be. It's. I was like, I wouldn't be again. Like later this year, I could see, but the fact that we now have like another baby coming, I don't know. I probably can't commit to anything for like until I know whether this is a little saint comes out or a little gremlin comes out. I have no idea how things are gonna be. Daniel wants, I just want to feel included, Hobo. That's all. Even if it was just, you know, delete face basically on one part. That's all.
We had talked about maybe water cooling VZBot.
Oh yeah. I also want to do. My plan for Q3 is Merc rebuild with the new frame and the enclosure and the new CNC motor mounts and CNC X carriage. I really want to get that thing back up and running. You gonna make it to Rocky Mountain? No, Andrew. I'm not traveling this year at all. Just The pregnancy so far has been pretty rough. Erin's been just absolutely sick, and although we're in second trimester now, things are a little bit better. It's still like out of nowhere she'll just get incredibly sick and need me or not feel good. So I don't feel comfortable traveling leading like during the pregnancy, and then once the baby's here, man, like it's gonna be all hands on deck. Like we figured out how to juggle one child, but two is like that's double trouble, man. So yeah, I'd love to, but I'll be living through you know, everyone else that's going there. The only thing I will be going to is in July. Lightburn has LBX in Manhattan, and I will be there for that. They're gonna need all hands on deck for. I'll be working that event since I work for Lightburn, so I'll be helping out where they need me. But yeah, that's it, man. I'll be at home base. What material are you using, Steve?
This is Polymaker's Polysonic PLA.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You did say that earlier. Someone says, or GPs is saying, did the VZBot get upgraded? Double shear
I
shaft?
think there are some potential upgrades. I think one of my plans, I've got a series of streams that I've planned for over the next couple of months of kind of smaller things. I don't have huge builds planned, but one of those is going to be pulling the VZBot on the desk and swapping out that 48 volt power supply for a 24 and just doing some comparison printing and see how that looks. Just a stream of going through, and we'll probably be looking at some of the printers I have that need some attention and doing little one-off streams on that.
Yeah, I don't want to upgrade anything on the VZ before I can figure out, like, I would need to figure out what's causing the artifacts, because I don't think any upgrade outside of something stepper or stepper, driver, or current or voltage related, I'm sorry, are gonna really change the issue that both me and Steve have been seeing with just bizarre surface artifacting, so, or VFAs of sorts. So
yeah, and I think it's mostly the combination, or at least what people are saying is it's due to the combination of the steppers versus the voltage being fed to them versus the drivers that are being used.
Yeah,
the steppers that are in there tend to work better at 24 volts.
They're the superpowers, right? I think is what we used.
Yeah.
And they're all, they're all 4 of them are superpowers. So
you'll streaming in 5 hours with Box Turtle stuff, right?
Where are you at in the Box Turtle series? I imagine you're probably done with the like main hardware part of it, right? Are you doing the Toolhead stuff, or are you like just now doing calibration and firmware related things? Thanks for the TicTac design. It must have been a lot of work. Yeah, no kidding. I would love to hear, I know that Steve, you've done this in the past, but like the sort of on projects or printers, like interviewing the person, even if you do end up doing it solo without me or don't, I would be interested to hear a little bit about like what made you decide to do this and like what some of the complications were and just like, I don't know. I think that'd be really interesting. Even if there's a write-up.
About Squirrel Brain?
Yeah, man. Like I'd love to know a little bit more about kind of the, we didn't really plan that. We hadn't talked about it at all, but just because Tuxedo mentioned it must have been a lot of work, like it makes me just wonder a bit more behind the, behind it all. So
if you go out and look at Squirrel Brain's printables profile, it's pretty prolific. There's a lot of stuff out there. Printer designs, and there's a Core XY Prusa Mini conversion out there.
That's awesome.
There's a bunch of Raspberry Pi enclosures that look pretty darn cool. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. I've probably got another, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes here before I gotta start winding just because of
we'll see.
Swim lessons and all that.
We'll see this finish.
Yeah.
It's almost done. And I put a link in chat to Squirrel Brain's printables profile.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that right now.
Yeah. Go out there and download and like the files. Get at least some Prusa meters over Squirrel Brain's way. Satsuma 180. That's the Prusa Mini Core XY conversion. Probably not.
Hey, he remixed your hex trays to make them stackable.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
I really like that. The stackable is very useful with those things. That's cool. Let's see. Uh-oh. My AirPod died. It always happens right at 3 hours.
So if we had more time, we were planning or talking about printing the E3D challenge print, Easter challenge print, but we got through it. We have both printers have pushed plastic.
There you are. Okay. What are you using regular AirPods, Steve, or you got AirPod Pros in your ears, or what do you got? Because
These are
yours never
Pros.
die. Oh, that makes sense. Like mine always die and yours never die. That's why you got.
Let's see what I've got left on. These are a couple of years old now.
Yeah, so are mine.
I'm at 33% left still.
Okay. Oh.
They last a good while.
Yeah, that printer looks crazy. The Satsuma 180 that's based off of.
It is cool. It's just not. I don't want to convert my Mini. I want to leave it.
Yeah. I sold my Mini a while back. If I had it, I would definitely consider it.
Actually, what I'll be working on Sundays, I'm doing a rebuild of my Mini using PCCF parts, and you've seen these, the little little 3DC.
Is it the fan shroud or what is it?
Swiss 3DC. Little hot end.
It
high
rings
flow
the
hot
bell.
end. Yeah.
Oh, cool. For the Prusa Mini?
Yeah, so this one, now, it's not just for the Prusa Mini. I have all the stuff to put it on a Revo Voron as well, because the nozzle itself, the end here is the same.
Huh.
But,
wait,
yeah.
You're saying it can go on a Revo Voron?
the end here, the actual nozzle,
it
stuff,
threads into
it will all there. I have all the adapter parts here. This is the part to be able to bolt it onto a Revo Voron.
Got it. That's cool.
Yeah, hey, there we are. So the point of that build, this part of it, will be kind of playing with some flow testing stuff. So I think I'm going to use Stefan's method with the little script, the poops, and that's why I was playing with this little micro scale.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's a more accurate method than the racetracks that I use. However, excuse me, I still like the racetrack method. One, it's simpler to run, and two, not everyone's printing functional parts, so some people... It came off. That's some serious adhesion. Oh, the vision miner. That makes sense.
Vision miner.
Did you get it, or is it super stuck?
I got it.
Let's see it, Steve.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's not. I mean, yeah, we get the front, but like the extrusion looks somewhat consistent to me, like outside of the cooling thing.
I mean,
Pretty rough.
needs lots of calibration.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't do any flow calibration. We didn't do.
Nothing.
We sent it.
Yeah, we didn't even verify that the rotation distance was correct.
Right.
Even though usually I don't feel like I need to do rotation distance anymore, as long as I get a good baseline from the manufacturer. Because I'm customizing flow for each filament, usually it's not that far off. Like if it was beyond the spectrum of what I can hit by adjusting flow, then yes, I would, like, that means my starting value wasn't right to begin with, though. But I mean, you can still do you calibrate it normally for PLA or ABS, like, or it just doesn't matter, I suppose. You just get like a rigid filament that you can use as a baseline. Yeah.
And then you get it close enough, and then you adjust it in the slicer.
Sure. Yeah, with flow. They're like, multiplier, the extrusion multiplier or whatever.
What was I gonna say? Oh, one thing I wanted to look at is I want to actually turn this part cooling fan up to 100.
Do you hear how loud it is?
It's not very loud, and I'm just wondering if part of the cooling thing, I feel like I'm very underwhelmed by the fan.
Got it.
As far as the amount of air that's coming out of here.
So you're saying there are no deltas?
Well, yeah, it is a little Winson Amazon generic fan. So that is a potential area to improve it by putting in a higher quality fan. Because this is not, I'm not very I'm not very whelmed about that.
Could we do, yeah, this lets you set the voltage, so you could throw on a 12-volt delta fan on here, couldn't you? I couldn't see why not.
Well, it's setting, I think, one voltage setting for both fans. So you'd have to change that.
Got it.
You'd have to change them both. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But, oh, let's see. And now the other thing that we noted before, someone noted the micro 4 temperature is a reasonable 60 C.
Yep.
Where we were hitting. What is yours? Did you notice what yours is?
Yeah, mine was around 60 at peak as well now. I mean, right now, because mine hasn't been printing, oh, yeah, no, it's at 60. Where I'm at 61.6, basically. That's where I'm at.
Full screen.
What's that?
Split screen.
Let's see. Split. There we are. Wait, hold on. I got to move a little bit, I think, to this. My camera's in a different spot today.
You go here.
There we go. Oh, let me move forward then. There we go. That's about right. Oh, you go. We're still... Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Next gotta... There we go. Wait, can we do arms like... Wait, oh, wrong. I'm doing the wrong arm. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us on this adventure. Thank you, Steve, for... I mean, you really were the puppet master behind the sourcing, the prep, and even the tweaking of things.
I've been wanting to build this printer for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, it just from appearance, and I like small printers.
Yeah.
So
they take up a lot less space. It's a lot easier. I mean, yeah, I get it. It just, you can fit a lot more on a bench, and it realistically, a lot of what I think we're printing can be printed on a pretty small printer. You don't need to, not every printer needs to be a 300 millimeter, 350 millimeter printer.
Right.
You know, so it's nice to have when you need it. I think my dog Delilah is hungry. She keeps crying, and I have a feeling like, you still have 50 minutes till dinner. 5-0, sweet girl, okay? She says, oh, come on.
She knows that you're going to be swimming in 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It's going to actually be...
Hi, pretty girl. Oh. You guys don't get to see my old lady that often. Here, let me show sweet girl really quick. And then, hold on. Let's see. Hold on, side cam. Look at her, she got that wiggle butt. Wait, it's not in focus at all.
Yeah.
There we are. Delilah, are you saying you're hungry? Are you saying you want food? Huh? I'll feed you as soon as I come downstairs.
Toys?
Treats? Toys? No. She's pretty much, I mean, she's like 11 and a half now. And so she doesn't get too excited for much, but like every day at food time, she's just like, put me in, I'm ready. She runs down the stairs and dances in front of her bowl. Okay, I'll feed you in just 1 minute, okay? Thank you for being a good girl. She's awesome, man. Okay, back to Split.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Yeah, is there anything, I mean, I know I said earlier a few things, but like, is there anything you want to add to, I don't know, anything else that I've said?
No, this is so fun. Just being able to just sit here with no pressures, just building a printer. We'll have to figure out what the next one is.
Yeah, I've got...
Doesn't necessarily have to be a printer.
Well, dude, I think that we should build, even if we don't do on YouTube because of whatever with the streaming stuff, but like, we got to build one of those Project FDLs, man. the Nerf guns. I still need to mail you all the parts. I should have, when I sent you the parts for this build, I should have sent those pieces as well. For anyone that doesn't know, Project FDL was like a printed Nerf blaster that uses flywheels. That's awesome. And it used to be a business. They went out of business and then open sourced everything. And so I was self-sourcing things some years ago, probably now. And for a lot of the pieces, I ordered in like multiple quantities more than I needed because it just made sense. And so I was like, Steve, we need to build one. So it'd be a lot of fun to build one of those and, you know, just kind of screw around with that.
Add to my growing arsenal.
I know. I've only got one so far. So I need to catch up to you. But cool. Yeah, I think... that pretty much does it. I do plan on doing a full video on this on the main channel. It'll very likely be a month or so out. I want to figure out a few things with it and actually do some, like, not banana printing, but also some crazy printing just to kind of show, like, here's just a regular print. So I will very likely do that. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining, for hanging out today. Thank you for everyone that was, you know, became a member, renewed memberships, or gifted memberships and donations. And then one more time, I know from both Steve and I, we mentioned it every stream and even earlier today, but thank you to everyone that made this possible as far as like the manufacturers, because it was, the original plan was that Steve and I were going to try to CNC out the parts for this, and not that we couldn't have done it. Steve probably would have done it a lot easier. I'd have been sitting in my garage just like swearing, like, Steve.
That's a speed bump to get over that PCBWay got us over. And
yeah, it made it where like we didn't have the excuse anymore. When PCBWay was like, yeah, no, we'll make the CNC parts that you guys need. That was rad. And then everyone else, LDO and Phaetus and Mellow, like it just, you know, it made it a lot easier, less friction to get us to the starting point of this whole thing. So, yeah, I think that's what I've got. Thank you very much again, Steve, for making it all, pulling the string, hurting the cats, and
it's all fun.
And
there wasn't a whole lot of work involved. Just little.
I'm glad that you say that. I'm glad you say that. Like, cause like every time I'm like, all right, like, you know, whenever there was a thing, I'm like, if you don't mind doing that, Steve, like that's usually how I say it. Like, if you don't mind, like, I don't want to be like, yeah, do that thing, Steve. So, yeah, for us on the channel next Wednesday, we're going to be jumping into the ProForge 300 tool changer. And then what, Steve, you mentioned Prusa, the Prusa mini conversions, what you're starting on?
The mini conversion will be the next couple or few weeks. Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, we will see you guys next time. Thank you all for, you know, everything, for hanging out and watching us, watching us squirrel around.
Yes. See you, everyone.
Bye.